No, let's. But like, it's such an Asahi bowl, no?
No. Do not say that. That is just that's you disrespecting the acai bowl.
What the fuck's an Asahi bowl, though?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
You just asked. You just said you wanted to eat it, and now you ask me what the fuck it is.
Okay, but like,
What?
why do you pronounce it like Asahi?
It's not asahi. It's acai.
Okay, acacia bowl.
Acacia. I'm going to fucking chop you like I chop acacia fucking wood in Minecraft. Are you? Oh my fucking god! Like.
No, but like. No, but like.
But what, huh? But what?
No, but it's like
But.
No, I don't have to cop this shit from you. Don't even.
It's okay. I have that struggle too. I stutter as well. Wait, was it Oscar that said that like you had a stuttering problem as well?
Yep. And I'm a
Or was
teacher.
it you who said that to me?
Probably both.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck.
Is the font size not meant to be big? Okay. Small streamer. We're getting there. We're getting there. Ah! Ah. I hit my hands. No, but like, it's Asahi. No?
No, it's not acai. Where do you get the H from?
No, because like,
Where?
it's like Akai.
Acai?
Like the way it's spelt.
No. This is just that's no. No.
But
Absolutely not.
Acai?
No. Acai.
Asahi?
No.
Acacia?
I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to do this podcast with you anymore.
What do you mean? It's
I'm so
literally acacia.
No. What? Yeah. I don't want to talk to you. Man, you're making. I don't have a lot of brain cells already. You're making me lose even more than I already have. You know? Like. Mm.
Well, my friend doesn't get back to me by the time the first chatter comes, then we start.
Alright. Oh, did you start already?
Yeah?
I'm gonna nab first.
You're gonna what first? You're gonna take a nap?
I'm gonna nab first. Where's first?
I don't have
You don't have a first?
No?
What?
Alright, fine, I'll add it first.
Add it now so I can.
I'll make it 200 points.
What? No, you usually only make a 1, you dumb.
Yeah, I know.
You dumbass.
I know.
Don't make a 200, man. And you're gonna make me lose 200 for what?
I don't know. Add new custom reward. Frist. Thirsty. There you go. Crikey.
You're so copium when it comes to trying to say acai bowls.
I've gotten to the point where I was just like, I'm trying to grief you by saying it.
No, don't wanna hear it.
Okay, Miss Acai bowl.
Acai bowl.
Asaki bowl.
Acai bowl. I've got it. I did it.
Oh my god. Fanny with the thirsty?
Yeah. Of course it's me. Are you kidding me?
What the fuck? Alright.
Oh my god, there's a buck reward? Dude, but I make you buck for free though.
Well,
We
yeah?
buck for free. Literally.
Okay, but like...
Use webcam for 5. Oh, webcam mic Uh, VA for 30 minutes, one game. VA?
Voice act.
Oh.
That got redeemed on my very first podcast, but I refunded it because I was not going to voice act on the fucking podcast.
Oh, I see, I see.
Alright. You know what?
Yes.
It's Acacia.
Acacia. Acacia?
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you what acacia is.
What's Acacia? Wait, I need to make...
You're gonna become acacia. Dude, how can so many people redeem
I sell.
What?
Give me
Are
a
you
sec.
kidding me?
Well, are you jealous now? That someone
it's
else
just that
redeemed your
I'm
first.
No, I'm your most loyal fan.
Alright, there you go. Most loyal fan. Didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Was reading out my fucking rewards like she was so confused.
My god. I redeemed it again. I'm just... Wow.
You can't do it anymore.
What? You're so bad at technology, man. What are you, 80?
Well, yes.
Oh, yes.
Well, yes. My gums have fallen out.
My gums are falling out.
Yes.
You need to go get your dented.
What dentist?
Yeah, go get your dented.
Fucking hell. Alright. Cough, cough. Shall we,
You need to go get your dentist.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, we'll
I
start.
only had to go to the dentist.
Hi, Sal. Hello, is that Lum Lums? Oh my god, it's Lum Lums. I do be first too.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
How?
He needs to fix it. So at this moment, in the middle of the stream, I'm just gonna keep redeeming first.
No, you can't anymore.
I can still. Oh shit, I can't. Oh fuck, man.
Yeah, you fucking thought.
No, I'm actually. You had to get rid of the U, G, and H.
The U, G, and H?
Mm.
U, G. Huh?
How do you spell thought?
But like,
You gotta get rid of the R.
what have you become, man? Oh my god, Yaren's new song is out.
Who?
G-Friend member.
Friend.
Solo artist.
You do?
Yaren.
Yeah.
She released a new song. Just then. How doing? We doing fine. We being chilling. Alright. I think we've given enough time. Let's get into the business.
Podcast.
But yes, the Puncast.
Yay.
Or as the fucking griefers call it, the Puncassi, after I misspelled it once.
Puncast? Nice.
We were meant to have another guest as well, but she is running late, so she may or may not join depending on her availability. So we will just start first, and if she comes, she comes. So, episode 3 of the Punuk podcast, or the Puncast, we're talking about... Yes, there is an ad. You can sub if you don't want the ad. We will be talking about relationships today. Big thing in everyone's life that I may or may not have spoken about on stream and off stream, and may or may not have been doxed about on stream and off stream by a few friends. And we have... Would you like to introduce yourself, Miss Cat Lady?
Hi, I'm the cat lady. I just recently became a cat mom. I'm Fanny Pack. Fanny hashtag pack. Fanny the pack. Fanny the... What's it called? The other thing.
Also exclamation mark this as well. There you go. See, my bestie isn't here yet, so... But we'll just start anyways, because it is what it is. We've waited too long. So, experiences with relationships. Now, I know you're strictly single till marriage, right? So how has that? Nah, that's too me. What has your?
I'm very single.
Yeah, what has your experiences been with single to marriage?
No kissing, no touching, no looking at other men.
So very wholesome.
Mm.
Fair,
No,
fair.
I'm kidding. It's been good. I think we just celebrated our 6 months
Sheesh.
not too long ago. It was on the 3rd, so it was like what, 2 weeks ago?
Nice.
It's been a good 6 months. It's like a really new experience. Like, I think being in a relationship and being single, as much as like people, you know, think that it's like all bliss and like happiness and stuff, right? Which it is. It's very different. And I think a lot of people get used to having another partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm just at that really like, I'm so invested in the relationship. I'm so in love with this person, right? I'm like really dependent on being that person's, having that person beside me and like having that person's company, right? And it's really different from when I was like alone and I was doing things alone. Like, if it was me alone right now and I didn't have a partner, I think I'd just be playing Valorant right now. I'd be playing Valorant, being in a call with like a couple mates, and that'll be it. That's like literally my daily life.
You'd still be on the podcast. You just have less things to say. No. You'd still be on the podcast. Just have less things to say.
Oh yeah, fuck, dude. I'm telling you, I would have talked about my past relationship then.
Nah, fair enough. No,
That was
like,
not fun.
no, but experiences.
not fun.
Experiences is like past, present, whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's just like the
Well,
general.
future too.
Yeah, the marriage, right?
Yeah, marriage, my future marriage when I'm still single right now. I'm thinking about marriage when I'm still single.
Nah, but like it's like the general like feel of like what we feel of that relationship would be like, or like you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You wanna keep going or?
No, you go.
For me, I'm pretty sure I got doxed on the first episode of the podcast about what happened.
No way. Who?
Oscar's girlfriend may have been able to fucking spilt a bit too much tea.
Oh my god, no way.
Nah, it's chill. She's goated. But yeah, it's like what you imagine about a relationship is completely different. Like the shit you see, obviously the shit you see in fucking TV shows and whatnot is gonna be different, right? But it's like, it's almost like a full fucking 180. And like the stuff you see in TV shows is like 1% or 2% of that max is in a relationship.
It's very romanticized. What's on?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and I think it actually it's actually bad that we saw it before we actually got into a relationship because we have so many expectations of the other person and like what we'd want to be in a relationship. And I don't know. I get what you mean by it's only like 1% or 2% what it's actually like being in a relationship.
Yeah, no, it's like it skews your perception of what a relationship should entail very, very much. And that low-key kind of cooked mine, but hey, it is what it is.
Right? Of what a girlfriend would be like with you. Do you know what I mean?
I have no idea what you said in the first part. You might need to repeat that.
As in it fucked up with your image of what it's like for a girlfriend to be with you, or like in a relationship. Pretty
much, yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's very, just very unrealistic the way it's portrayed. Because it's so heavily romanticized, right? But like IRL, it's very just a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So it's like let's use my favorite word, analogies, right? Let's use an analogy here. It's like, hey Zerocho, welcome to the stream. It's what was I gonna say? It's like when you watch a movie, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you don't see all the bloopers. You don't see the hours that it's gone making into it. Like the hours that have gone into making the film to
Yeah.
making it as good as it is or as it's shown.
true.
Relationships are pretty much like a film, right?
Mm.
You don't 90% of the stuff people see is like as a result of like thousands of hours of like bloopers, whatever, right? Or like, you know, filming.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
like,
only the good part.
yeah,
as well.
you only see the good part.
Yeah.
The bad part is behind the scenes. That's like cut out in production, post editing,
Yeah.
and that's like with TV show, like, you know, relationships just depicted in like what's fucking all over the internet, online pop culture, whatever, right? It's like
Yeah.
only the good things. There's like no realism in terms of it. It's
No.
just the bad things are not there.
Yeah. I think it's more so I come to realize that relationship, it's not like this whole romanticized, like, because I think a lot of it for me personally, it's because I watch a lot of TikToks, and like because once I got into a relationship, right, my whole TikTok like For You page, it's just relationships. And then I see
Yeah.
comments about what people like their boyfriends do for their girlfriends or their girlfriends
Yeah,
do
and
for their
it
boyfriends,
fucks
right?
your expectations.
It does. Because I don't realize that this isn't like a universal thing that every single boyfriend has to do this.
Mm.
It's more so like, and I watch a lot of animes. I was like, I grew up watching anime, right?
Right.
I fucking fell in love with fucking, you know, the Kaichua Maid Sama, that show.
What's that?
The guy, you haven't seen it?
No?
Wait, have you seen, you watch anime, right?
A bit?
Oh, okay. Well, it's like a shoujo anime. It's like one of those like really romantic, cute, teenage love kind of like shows, right? And I
Right.
fall in love with every single one of those like cool ice, like, you know, ice personality boyfriends that give you attitude, but also like they always chase you and stuff, right?
Right.
And from a very young age, I had this like skewed like imagination of what a relationship would be like, right? But I realize now it's more so like it's two people individually that is very different, right? That come together to share their happiness. And it's not this whole like icky, like really romantic thing.
Yeah, it's... it's like... It's just very... I don't know, like, I don't know how to say it. Weebs need to be lined up against the shut up whammy. But, no, it's... I
That's
get
me.
that.
I'm
It's...
gonna be lined up.
And... what the fuck, chat? But, it's very overly... I don't understand why so many things we see in media nowadays is just so over-romanticized.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make sense, right? It's like you're skewing the perception of romantic or like any form of a relationship between two people. For what reason? Hi Jace, been welcome to the stream. Like, okay, movies especially and TV shows, right?
Yeah.
You have male protagonist, female protagonist. The good ones usually have the male and females not getting together in a relationship.
It's always the bad guys and the good girls, or the bad girls and the good. Wait, what am I saying? Good guys.
Right?
It's not like no.
But like it's like
that-
so unrealistic.
It
I mean,
is.
I guess look, it's media. It's meant to be unrealistic, but like the fact that the consumption of this is skewing a lot of perception is kind of not it.
Yeah. Because I feel like what I imagine for a relationship would be like, has caused a lot of like misconception for me in my current relationship right now.
Yeah,
And it's not good. Like, and I have to realize that and keep telling myself that.
I mean,
Because, yeah.
you can't exactly like blame yourself because fucking that's how the world is now.
It is, because, like, I just keep watching TikToks, man, and I keep seeing boyfriends doing girlfriends shit, and I'm like, damn, I want that. But then, like, I don't realize that some people could be lying about it online just to, you know...
Clout.
Yeah, for clout, and just for people to be like, oh, I wish I had a boyfriend like that. You're so lucky that you have a boyfriend like that, right?
Right.
But also, like, who knows what's going behind the
Yeah,
scenes?
no one ever shows the behind the scenes. It's always the good chummy. Oh my god, this is so cute. Oh my god, he got me flowers. Like, shit, right? It's like, okay, cool, but tell me what the fuck happens when you guys fuck up.
Yeah.
That's like shit that's worth like actually talking about.
Yeah. No, but you know what's the biggest thing is that you know how everyone says that like communication is key in a relationship,
Yeah.
right? Which I 100% agree, 110% agree. But
Damn.
there comes to a point where sometimes communication, like you just wonder whether or not this relationship is like legit anymore because you communicate so much. I don't know if that makes sense.
Over communication.
No, 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 no. As in,
What?
it comes to a point where like, um, let's say for example,
Mm-hmm.
in in a case where the guy isn't happy with the girl for something that she did, right?
Right.
And then so the guy will have to tell the girl because they say communication is so important, and I see it online that you need to communicate your feelings because
Mm.
then like we're not mind readers, right? We're not gonna know what each other feels, right? If you
Right.
keep telling yourself, keep telling the other like side of the problem, like to the your partner, right?
Right.
And you're like, I feel this way, so I want you to do this. Is it
It's
do you,
overbearing and like
kind of?
it kind of fucks them up because they're doing the wrong thing kind of thing, or like
Yes,
it
but
gives them
also
yeah.
like yeah, it goes both ways. I think it hurts both sides. It's more so like if the person that is the one communicating being like, "Oh, I wish you did this for me right now because I'm feeling this way," right?
Right.
Or like saying like, "Oh, I need time right now, but also I want your company," blah blah blah.
Mm.
There's no meaning behind it because that means the other person didn't think of it. The other person wasn't going to do what you want right now. Do you get what I mean? Which hurts
Yeah.
that person, but also but then the reciprocating um party is going to be like, oh, what I'm doing is not enough.
So it's like they feel like they're not doing enough because of you communicating what's not, you know,
Yeah,
with
it hurts both sides because um it's just both of them is just not going to feel good. One's just going to be like, oh, I have to tell you how I feel all the time. You can't like just get the hint, and you can't just act on it and just give
right.
me what I need right now.
But I
And
feel
then the
like
other person's going to be like, fuck, I'm not doing enough.
I mean, look, the reality is like you can't. No one can ever tell what the other person is feeling unless they say it.
Yeah,
That's just how it is. Like
it is.
it is. Men are dumb and can't take signals. I mean, depends, right? It's like it's not even just men. Like it works. It goes both ways
It goes both ways.
because it's like no one is gonna be able to read how the other person's feel. Like maybe on like surface level, right? But like
Mm.
down, nah, bro. Like it's borderline impossible.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like kind of is annoying how media nowadays kind of just skews like and it really fucks with people's perceptions of relationships and also like that's why I feel like most first relationships, right,
Yeah.
is like the experiment phase. And like
I guess so.
and like it's like the experimenting with like what is okay and what's not okay kind of thing. And it's like what to
Yeah.
what you learn. Like most of the
Yeah.
time first relationships don't work out, right? And like it's more of a good thing than a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like legit my girlfriend truly knows I can't always take on the hint of what she wants. I mean like I don't know, it's
Girls want a lot. That's all I can say. Girls are very high maintenance. And it's I'm not like generalizing things, right? But like being very, very honest, girls and boys, 70% of like the population is probably gonna be the same. Do you know what I mean? And it's like in relationship wise. But then the 30%, right, is gonna be like the quirky side of your own relationship. It's what you guys do. But the 70%, there's a baseline of like respect, um, like compromise, and like
mm,
everything else in a relationship, right? So like girls and guys are both high maintenance, and like we're both not gonna know what each other wants unless we communicate it, right? But then there's a point where it's like over communicating because that just means that the other person isn't listening. they don't want to like change and like do what you need at that time.
Yeah, I mean the theme of the relationships is all about the compromise. It's
It is.
fucking compromise like into infinity. And it's like I don't know, I feel like it's hard to actually like find the spot to compromise, right? Because it's like not many people are used to compromising. Because I think, especially the current generation, right? Kids are so used to like not even just kids, right? To an extent, kids and young adults are so used to getting what they want, right?
My God.
It's like they don't like it when they don't get what they want, so they don't know how to compromise because it's like they don't know
That's
how
also
to
like
cope.
younger generations, not us though.
I mean,
I wouldn't say that's us.
to an extent, it still kind of drags on into like our generation, right? Like not too much, but like there are like cases, obviously,
Yeah.
and it's like I don't know, it's pretty much it's a fucking issue.
Yeah.
No, I remember.
I would.
Sorry, go on. No, you go.
No, you go.
No, you go. You go.
Okay. But I think also comes to like like wanting to compromise and stuff. Also comes with like what you're used to and how you grew up. Because if a person, is more used to like being alone and like doing things themselves, having things going their way and having things done a specific way because that's what they like, right? It's gonna be harder for them to compromise when they're in a relationship because in the end they're gonna be like, I want it this way, but I want to change for you, right? But it's gonna be hard for them to change to like compromise essentially.
No, that's true.
Because like as much as they love you, in the end it's like you're still yourself.
Right.
That's in the relationship, but it's still going to be hard for you to compromise, and the other party just needs to understand that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The biggest shit. I had something and then I forgot. Anyways, I'll go into what I was gonna say before. Look, so like my relationship, right? It was a lot of over communication. So it was. We talked a lot about a lot of things, almost all the time, and it was like.
Oh, wait. What kind of over communication? As in what I talked about, or like as in you talk about way too much to each other?
Like way too much. Like we were way too, like way too honest, and it's like, I honestly it just that kind of cooked it a bit, but at the same time it was like both very inexperienced individuals. I mean, like the thing is, right? No one's ever, like no one knows how to deal with a relationship for the first time because most of the media portrayed is very unrealistic.
It
so
is.
It's like very hard to just like, I guess, understand what is required or what happens in a relationship.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I was on something. What was that like last point you made?
About compromise?
Yeah.
Like, you want me to expand on it again?
Yeah.
Could you forgot?
I had something I was gonna add, and then I just like forgot.
Oh, I was saying like a person's like how they're used to things like being alone, doing things like solo and like doing things their way, right? It's hard for them when they come into a relationship to compromise. Like as in it takes longer. And I think it takes anyone a long time to compromise.
Yeah,
but,
that's true. It's like you have to learn how to compromise.
Yeah. And it's also like we need to understand that it takes time and we can't keep getting angry at each party if they don't change the next time they have an issue.
Right. I mean, that's fair, right? Because it's like each person approaches. You know what? Scratch that. I don't know what the fuck I was gonna say.
You had a brain fart, bro. Oh my god.
No,
You had the biggest brain fart.
It's fucked. It's fucked, man. It's actually fucked. Alright, next question.
Yeah, read your chat. You missed.
No, I typed the chat when you talk.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you just say it? Let me just say it.
Nah, I don't. It interrupts the experience, you know.
Oh, okay.
But look, as you get older, you get more used to things in your way because you can make it your way, especially when you live alone. That's true. I wonder how that impacts people when they start dating when they're. I mean, when you're dating when you're older, right? It's like you've.
That is exactly, yes. Oh my god. No, you go, you go. I have something to add on to as well. You go, you go.
My brain farted. Take it away.
Oh my god. Today!
I'll get
I
back
was
to it.
gonna say, yeah. I was gonna say that, is it Schmidt?
Yeah, Jay Smith.
Jay Schmidt? Schmidt?
Yeah.
I completely agree with like people who date when they're older, right? It's so hard for people to change. Like a very good like analogy is like parents,
Oh
especially like
my
different
god,
generations.
yes.
Different generations. You tell your parents, right? Okay, I'll give a very good example. That's like my own personal experience, right? Right now, I have a curfew. I have a 12 a.m. curfew. I have to be back home before 12 a.m. Like no matter who I am with. Um, but it's very dependent if it's like, oh, I go with a really close friend that like my parents also know and they really like them, right? I'm allowed to go out for longer, but they also have to know where I am, what time I'll be coming back home, blah blah blah. Really Asian parent stuff, right?
Mm.
But then, like for my generation, our generation, right? It's so dumb like that we have a curfew put on us, especially at 12 a.m. Like I'm turning 21 and you're turning 20?
Yep.
Yeah. Like imagine having to come home at 12 a.m. But then I explained to my parents that like we're in a different generation. Like I will be safe. I will tell you where I am, but like I just want to hang out longer with my friends, right? Because there's so many things that like now we do that like will go past top. Like what people want to karaoke, we want to go to the bars and drink a bit, right?
Right.
That we're not gonna finish that by 12.
Yeah.
But then like no matter what we explain to our parents, no matter what issue it is, like even besides like curfew things, right? And
They're very adamant about
yeah,
staying
they're
this.
very adamant. Like they say that like no, you have to do this, blah blah blah, right? It's so hard to change them because they have an older way of thinking. They're in a different generation, but also because they're used to what they're doing for the past like what 50 years,
Mm.
and they can't change. So that like does the same thing in a relationship. And it's like the older you are, the harder it is for you to change, no matter what you do. Like the way you do things. Like if you're working, there's a certain way you'd work. If you're a parent, there's a certain way that you teach your children or like discipline them. And in a relationship, there's a different way of how you deal with them,
Mhm.
and how like if whether or not you compromise. And it's so much harder to compromise when you're older.
Oh,
But that's the point I was saying.
that's for sure.
Different.
Today is not the day. I have no idea what to add on to that. Honestly, that's very valid. Um, but I think the overall gist of like, I feel like it's just expectations for a relationship, right? It's
Mm.
I feel like coming in like I guess it's like you can't exactly help but come into it with certain expectations, right? With whether it's like you've been in a previous relationship or just through like even if it's your first relationship, just through indulging in like mainstream content or whatever, like anything that depicts what a relationship is, because it's
Yeah.
99% of the time that's not how it is.
Yeah.
All right,
Please
so
do.
then moving on, then what would what are the essential or key things you would look for in
In a partner.
in a partner? Yes, like say you're single right now, right?
Okay.
What are things you would look at? What are the essentials you would want, and what are like some things you would like be cautious of, or like deal
Oh,
breakers or red
okay.
flags?
So it's both things.
Yeah. But you can we'll start with the good stuff.
Yeah. I think what I didn't realize before is that your expectations of what you want in a boyfriend or girlfriend, right, is essentially going to be deal breakers of in the relationship as well, if that makes sense. Let's say like a good example. I give you an example. A quality that I look for in a partner is that they have to have a good relationship with their family,
Mm.
right? But then if they don't have a good relationship with them, right? That's already a deal breaker. So your expectations is essentially deal breakers as well. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's like a double,
Edged sword.
it's like a double-edged sword. It's like expectations. I want them to do this, and I'll be so happy if they did this. But if they do this, it's over.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I guess it's kind of like an essential deal breaker, right? In a sense.
Yeah, I guess so. It's really a huge oxymoron, I feel like.
Oh, big word. Damn.
I know.
English
Dude,
teacher,
I haven't used that word since high school.
Oh, dear God.
Oh my god, it's been 3 years.
Oh, God.
Fucking old, man.
Nah, but like, what are some like other... It's week 11, how do you have time for this? I make time for it.
He always has time.
Welcome to... I actually don't. I've gotten a lot busier.
Oh.
I need money.
Rude.
Welcome
I need
to the
money
stream
too.
though, Senor. No, but like, what are like the key essentials? Like, other than like, other than oxymoron stuff, right?
Okay. If I were to list it, I would be like what I said. Have a good relationship with your family, because it says a lot of someone, like
Says a lot
about someone.
your character.
Yeah, it's like it says a lot. Like I don't know if I can explain it properly, but it says a lot about a person. It shows like whether or not you'll be caring and like, you know, another thing is like caring. I want them to be funny as well. I think thoughtful. I think like remembering small things about another person is like shows that you listen to them when they talk, and like you take the small snippets of what they say and just like kind of remember it even without trying. Like, do you want to like as in like qualities as well, or do you just want expectations? Or, like, so it's like essentials, right?
Yeah, just like
Both?
essentials, like qualities, like more so qualities than expectations, but like both are fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I know I'm just a year older than you, right? But
That's kind of,
I already have so much I have to think about in the future already. And this is talking in a more mature sense. Like if you're dating when you're like 12, 13, you don't have to worry about stuff like this. But because I'm like 21, I'm taking a gap year at uni right now. But like I have to find a job. I need to financially stabilize myself, right? Because now I'm in a relationship. Like what my expenses has tripled. Like I used to spend like maybe like 200 a month when I was single, right? I spend like 700, 800 now. I don't even know on what.
A week?
It's literally just on food.
A week?
No,
like...
a month. A month. A month.
My bad. Yeah.
Like obviously my boyfriend says spends a lot more because he shouts a lot more things, right? But like it has tripled or quadrupled. I don't even know where the money goes. It's just food, petrol obviously, because now I'm driving by myself. There's so many things that like that you have to factor in, and now that plays an essential part into your relationship, right?
Right.
So then I'd consider that like I'm not gonna take any relationship as a joke. I'm not gonna be just dating around for funsies, right? And be like, oh, I'm gonna sleep around with him. I'm gonna date this guy because I like him for a brief amount of time and I have a crush on him, right? But then I don't see a potential future with him. I'm gonna take every single relationship that I go into as if I'm going to marry them in the future.
Right. That's...
Which then comes into terms with like their career in the future. That's gonna be, I'm gonna be honest, that's a huge essential part of a person that I'm gonna date. Their career, what they're gonna do in the future, and how much. Like I'm not being materialistic. I'm saying this in a very realistic sense in the future, right? I'm gonna be having like money that I have to like earn. I'm gonna be having a family. I'm gonna be looking into like housing, you know, vehicles, fucking like expenses, everything, taxes, everything, right? I have an expectation of what I want to be like, where I would want to be in a financial sense by the time I'm married.
Because
And
you don't
in
want to
that
be
sense,
like paying for 50 or like 7 to like even 70% of like family like funds or whatever.
yeah. And another thing is like I don't know if like this makes me seem like a really rude person or something, but like I don't like my type of like expectation of when I'm full-time working, I have my own house, is like I don't want to be in a financial state where I would worry about how much money I'm spending on groceries.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily have to look at discounts all the time.
Yeah.
Let's say that. And also in a financial sense where I can buy myself my hobby items or things that I really like. Let's say like a bag. That's a really like a generic thing. If I want to have a bag, I can be able to buy it without having to worry so much about my financial situation, right? So
Right.
that also comes into place with a relationship, how their career and how much they're going to be earning, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not materialistic. That's being realistic
Yeah, of course, of
about
course.
your future, right?
Yeah.
So that, but yeah, I think I'm gonna be honest. I feel like our expectations of a relationship has dropped immensely.
In what way?
Do you not feel like that?
I
Okay,
mean, I definitely do. I'm just curious in what way you think that.
okay. Like I see this online as well, but I feel like this might play into part as to why I think this. Like back then, in like the 1800s, 1900s,
Whoa.
fucking men will come to your doorstep and give you fucking flowers.
Oh, yeah, we're going that
all
far
the
back.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but then our expectations now, right, would be like, oh, I wish that like he'd text me every once in a while and say how much he loves me, just to remind me, just like from some words of
Affirmation.
what's the word? Affirmation. Some words of affirmation.
Yeah.
You don't have to expect that. You're supposed to get that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it's because it's changed
yeah.
so much from how it used to be. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello.
Besties here.
I ran a marathon and I made it. Hello, friends. How we doing?
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello.
I need to resize this real quick. Give me a sec.
Size your mom.
would
Sorry. Alright, that's not family friendly. My bad.
Now,
my bad.
Jenny,
Sorry.
would you like to introduce yourself to our chat?
My name is Jenny. I am a medium-term friend of Alex's. I know absolutely nobody in this call.
Medium.
There's only one other person in this call. And yeah, nice to meet you. And I'm gay.
Okay. Anyways, back to what Fanny was talking about. No, that's really fair. I feel like expectations have dropped a lot, right?
Has dropped so much. Expectations that should be done in a relationship is now a expectation or something that we wish for in a partner, which is not something we should be wishing for. It's something that should be happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, wishing for the bare minimum.
We really are.
I feel like it's because things have changed so much that like we have to wish for the bare minimum, right? It's because getting anything above the bare minimum, or even the bare minimum sometimes seems like a fucking luxury.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah, I would know.
Yeah, so would you like to... Okay, so then... Because we had a discussion about experiences earlier. Now, would you like to talk about your experiences with relationships and the stuff before we keep going with the current topic?
So far in my dating experience, I've dated around 5 people. I'd say 3 of them were pretty shit. 2 of them weren't bad. I'm currently dating someone that's been like 3 years, 4 years, give or take. He's a piece of shit, but you learn to deal with it, and you gotta adapt to each other's flaws and work it out, because it is how it is. It is how it is. God, I hate it.
Fair enough.
But it's okay.
What else did we talk about before, Fanny? How did we take 40 minutes on that and she took like 10 seconds?
I don't know. I wouldn't know your relationship experiences compared to mine. Everyone's very
No, that's fair.
greatly.
That's completely fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like... Because I think we got into an entire discussion about,
what was happening? Sorry, I was like trying to make pasta and I was like fucking speed running upstairs,
No,
up, down,
it's
up,
all good.
down.
It's all good.
Oh, no. And my brother got COVID. It's like he's like in
Oh.
the room, like freaking two freaking
Monkeys.
meters away from me.
But I think we were talking about how the way we perceive how relationships should be is completely different to how relationships are, right? Because most of the content we consume about relationships, only like less than 10% of that is actually accurate.
Yeah, especially you. All you're doing is basing it off K-drama. I mean, when I first met you, that is.
But
That was pretty funny. I'm gonna put that out there. It was fucking hilarious.
yeah, okay, and like you can see how that like would really fuck up a
Yeah.
relationship, right? Because
Yeah, because
it's
like,
not smooth sailing like that.
dude, it's like porn. Like 98% of the shit you see is not what you'll get in bed. I'm sorry, guys. It's just not what you get.
I'm
sorry.
She just goes in and talks about
She
his
ran up the
experiences in bed.
stairs. No, this-
Oh my god.
It's the same dynamic. I'm just putting it out there, man.
No, that's
It's
fair.
tough.
That's completely fair. That's completely fair. Okay, then back back to Fanny, right? Would you like to finish off your essentials?
Oh, I think that's it.
Oh,
I
was
think,
it
I
just
think
the-
mine is like, what I list is low-key the bare minimum.
Fair enough. I
even
mean, it's a
realized
very
that.
realistic thing to like ask for as well, right?
Yeah, and I don't think it's a problem asking for the bare minimum and like having that as your expectation. I think everyone would say that they want a caring boyfriend and blah blah, right? But then if you ask any more than that, that's more like you nitpicking then.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I
feel like
mean?
especially nowadays, right? Compared
Yeah.
to like before.
Yeah.
In terms of expectations as well, I think it's because when you first go into a relationship, you have like such high expectations because of like, you know, previous topic, media and content you've consumed, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the more relationships you go through, the lower and lower your expectations become because it's like it's never going to be like, you know, what you once thought. And like
Yeah.
having the bare minimum is like already good enough.
Yeah. I think a good example is I've watched so many fucking K-dramas and animes, and like when they have a fight or some shit, right? The boyfriend or girlfriend will fucking come running to their house and like come like shout at their window, be like, "I love you. I'm so sorry for what I've done." And then like they come over and they hug and they go to a convenience store, blah blah blah, fucking all of that
Yeah.
shabam, right? I thought that would happen in a relationship because I'm in my first proper relationship as well. Every
does
single time,
happen,
like, sometimes if it's
It
like a
does.
big fight, right? But like,
my friend's in the relationship. It's been like, I don't know, 7-8 months. And whenever something happens online or there's a fight, he will literally drive over at 4 a.m. for her. But for some reason, they still don't get into fights, even though he's like freaking putting in everything. I think she's just asking for too much. Her standards are way too high. Yeah. If someone did that for me, I'd be fucking dying, man. I'd cry for days and out of happiness and not sadness.
me too.
Yeah.
As in, I feel like but in a realistic sense, it doesn't happen that often. As in, if it does happen, the guy or girl is gonna be so burnt out that
Oh, for
every
sure.
single time that they have a fight, each of them have to go to each other's house. Like, especially if it's a longer distance, right? Like 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, like, or something drive, or like you know, commute to somewhere.
Right.
It is going to be a huge toll on them and a huge toll on the relationship. Only one person is going to be happy, and that is something that I've realized, and I have to continue, you know, telling myself.
Yeah.
Because I had that expectation. I was like, we'd had fights, and I'd be like, oh, I wish like he'd, you know, drive over to my house right now with like with Macca's, and we'd talk on the car, blah blah blah, right? But in realistic sense, it's too much. We all
Yeah.
have stuff in our own lives to do,
Of
and
course.
sometimes you just can't. But then that just comes down with like how the other person will be able to help you cope and make you feel after you had that fight. It doesn't have to be physical. You don't have to drive over to their house, right? But then it comes down to like you comforting them.
Yeah, of course.
Communication's key.
Yeah.
Everyone lacks communication.
That's actually true. So we got into a discussion as well about over commuting, right? Fanny was getting into it.
I don't know. Communication's always an issue. See, I have 3 elder siblings. All of them are either engaged or married. and 3 of the relationship dynamics is very different. So the oldest, they've been high school sweethearts, so they've been together for as literally as long as I was born, so 18 years. And they have a shitty ass relationship. He's cheated on her like 7, 8, 9 countless times, but she's still with him, and it's
Why?
retarded. I don't even know why. No, because she gives them the benefit of the doubt every single time, and they have a kid together,
Right.
so it's not very easy to up and leave. It's hard, like, and the kid, like, he's so cute. I love him, like my nephew. He's my everything.
Mm.
But you got the second couple, my sister and her fiance.
Yeah.
He is like the definition of a dream man. Like, he never gets angry with her. He doesn't remember the
Mm.
last time he had a fight with her.
Mm.
And whenever there's something wrong, whenever she yells, he's always like, after she calms down, he's just like, oh my god, you hurt my feelings. Like, he's being really joking about it, and like she just laughs it off.
Yeah.
Just like, for example, I think the other week she was like, I think complaining about, she was just like, oh shit, my phone like is really shit right now. Like, I can't take photos properly. But you not, the next morning, he got her a new phone. It just came straight through the mail. And I'm like, oh my god, the standard
God,
is so
stop.
high. And like, he'll just
See,
see
that's
getting
the
his
stuff that makes your expectations high,
Yeah.
man.
Give me a sec.
And,
Let me start taking notes real quick. Yeah, fuck.
and like his
Only do that if you're
proposal.
financially stable, though. Like, Puna, do not fucking like take out a fucking loan, right? And you're fucking when you can't even financially support yourself right now, and buy your girlfriend a phone just because she's like, I'm my game lagged just then. I want a new phone. My game fucking lagged just then. Do not do that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but no, it makes sense. They've been together like 10 years. So, yeah.
Okay. Comment from
And,
chat.
like-
Real quick.
Yeah, like sheesh.
I feel like sorry, Jamie, but this I think is relevant to the first, like your older brother, or whatever, like, right?
Mhm.
So that, like, the kid deserves a dad from Jason, but you gotta think, does he deserve that guy as the dad?
It's not like that. So I was talking to my sister-in-law, the one who's married to him,
Right.
and I'm like, what if he grows up as my brother as his role model? I'm not gonna be very happy with that. He's gonna turn like shit. Okay? So that's why I recommended, divorce, like straight up. And she's just like, I'm like, you can't put him through that, like your son. And she's just like, I know, but like I keep on having the faith that he'll change. And when you've been together for so long, it's really hard to imagine your life without them, like whether you love them or not. And she loves him. It's just that there's no respect and no care from him. And I'm pretty sure he loves her too. It's just, the situation's rocky. It's not amazing. And there's more than just cheating, obviously. Like when you're in like a long-term marriage. But like all in all, I think the kid himself, he has pretty good role models around him, and even if they divorce or even if they stay together, I think he'll grow up just fine. I hope so, anyway.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Alright, so then, Miss Jenny, what are your, like, let's say hypothetically you're single, right? What are like the essentials / like essential qualities / like not even like, I guess, undertone expectations you would look for?
Does it have to be specific or just like general?
Can be either.
'Cause, so number one thing is that he has to be exceptionally kind to anybody. Like, it doesn't matter who, what they are, but whenever he reacts to a situation or to his friends or whatnot, he's just generally has a very nice temperament, just overall. Second, he respects the women in his life. Okay, I don't care if it's your mom, your sister, your friends, or whatever. You gotta respect the women. If I know you respect your women, I know you won't beat the shit out of me when I'm married to you.
That's true.
That is true.
It's very true.
Number 3, you must love, care, and respect me at all times, even during fights. I expect you to come to me once you're calm or once I'm calm and figure things out. But that's a bare minimum. Oh, and also, like,
that
I
point.
don't like putting the ugly in, but like when I see you just can't be like remotely unattractive, because like I need to be attracted to you as well. You don't have to be that good looking, just as long as I look at you and you're not fucking ugly.
I do think physical attraction is important in a
It
relationship.
is.
As much as anyone says that like they prefer like personality over like looks, there is still a factor of like physical attraction that plays
I feel
into part.
like like at work, you see, my friend asked me the other day, he was just like, hey yo, like, do you think 90% of the male race is freaking unattractive? And I'm like, I don't think it's true. Like, even if I'm taken at work, like, I'll come across like the occasional cute guy. I'd say it's like 30%, 40%. It's not too bad. Like, and
Copium.
even if you're just average looking and you're just a really nice person, it just makes you more attractive. It's just simple as that. Just be a great guy. I don't know.
Mm. I think another thing is like your personality also is the factor that makes you more attractive.
Yeah.
Like somehow, like physically, it just makes you more attractive as well.
Yeah, like you can't look at someone and you'll be like, "Ah, fuck, he's fucking ugly. Like he has a great personality. It's just that I can't look at him and be like, damn, I can't like see myself with you for a long time, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Oh my god, stop asking me to play Fortnite. Man,
Like another thing, it's like if you don't even have that physical attraction, like, but you like his personality, right?
Hmm.
Like, imagine when you guys are getting intimate, you're not gonna enjoy
attracted.
yourself, and I'm pretty sure your partner will see that and feel that as well.
yeah, so like
you're
when you
being
go to
intimate.
bed, you're gonna be like, you can't be like fully into it, and they're gonna be like, you think I'm ugly, don't you? And they're like, gonna be like, no, you're not ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's completely fair. It's even though like what 90% of
Okay,
the
Alex, you're not ugly, alright?
depends who you ask.
That's true, but to me, you just look like your average Chinese international cool guy. Yeah. But, you know, I could be wrong. That's the first impression I get off you. I wouldn't be surprised if you spoke fluent Chinese.
No, but anyways, back to didn't need to cop that roast, but
You do, though. You dress in black all the time. You're like an international.
yeah, okay, but back to what I was saying. I feel like attraction is 90%. I can't even say 90%, right? It's like I feel like it's 70-30, right? Whether like I think attraction and I mean a physical attraction and personality attraction can swing both ways. Like maybe it's not as like the gap isn't as big. Maybe it's a bit closer, or maybe it's even bigger, right? But I definitely think like you can't have one without the other. It's like if you're like if you meet like a really hot guy, right? But he's just a shit person. It's like almost as bad, if not worse, than.
Yeah, but some people are into that, low key.
Oh yeah, no, for 100%. No, 100%.
That's fucked, man.
I know people who are into that.
Oh my.
I love being a masochist.
Yeah, Dommy Mummy win. But it's like if it's on the flip side, right? It's like you're not going to be able to have that level of intimacy because it's like you can't be physically attracted to him. And I think that I guess that kind of leads into like whether like physical intimacy / like sex or whatever, right, is essential, almost like borderline essential. Like physical affection or intimacy is a borderline essential in a relationship.
I
Like,
mean, I've been with my partner how long?
3, 4,
4
5 years.
Yeah, and like I've been intimate for about 3 or 2 of those, and like I think for me, he still looks the same as he did before, whether you change or not. He's a fucking old man. He's only 1 year older than me, but yeah, like you look at him and you're just like, oh, he's so cute. It just doesn't change. Once you're in it, of
I feel
course.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And but like once it's new, like when you're getting to a new relationship, obviously you're gonna be like, you look like that. Okay, could get used to it.
I know. I feel like for me, I've only been dating for like what 6.5 months. I feel like
Okay.
I feel like I'm falling more and more in love, and I feel like I'm getting more and more attracted to my boyfriend, right?
Right.
And like I feel like every time I see him now, I'm always like, you're getting so much cuter for some reason. I don't know why, I don't know how, but you just are. And I feel like that's just a part of just being in a relationship that like once you fall into deep in love with them, right? As much as like, you guys argue and like have like some issues, there's more good than there is bad. Because it's a human trait where like out of 10 things, if a person got 9 questions right, all of the people are just gonna go for that one thing.
Yeah.
That one problem that you have, and every single issue that they talk about is going to be about that one issue, and they forget about all the 9 right answers that they have, right? And that's the same thing for everything, and that applies for everything else in life, in a relationship as well, right? We could have 9 good dates, but then we're going to talk shit and like keep bringing back about that one bad date that we had. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like having, like, you say I love you 9 times, and you say you're a bitch once.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're gonna pick out you're a bitch.
Yeah.
My
But yeah, Puna, what are your essentials and deal breakers?
thanks, Hassan. Honestly, after my last one, I'm just gonna say it's like someone who's like, okay, 100% not socially inept. I don't think I can deal with that again.
What do you mean? Like what aspect?
So, like-
you have female friends.
Huh?
She doesn't have friends.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
a big thing is like you have to be like socially like aware, right? So whether it's like what does EQ stand for? Like it's high EQ, like medium to high EQ, right? Isn't it like emotional
EQ?
intelligence?
Emotional.
Yeah. You just have to have like mid to high EQ, right? Like because if you can't be socially like aware or like I guess just be like aware, right? Or, like socially aware, like emotionally aware, emotionally intelligent. I don't think I can date you because it's like I'm a pretty complicated fucking person, right? I have a lot of fucking shit. But it's like if you're like that much of a bot that you can't understand that or like just don't just like just don't get it.
Ignorant.
It's like yeah, like in ignorance almost, right? It's like I kind of don't want to be with you because it's like where's like the understanding kind of like stuff, right? But
So emotionally connect with each other.
yeah, pretty much, right? I think in my last relationship it was like a bit of that, but it's like you're just like socially like I guess
Inept.
inept. I don't want to say incompetent, but like those two kind of mean the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But I think yeah, another big one is like the physical to emotional, not emotional, physical to personality attraction ratio, right? It has to be like doesn't have to necessarily be like an equal balance. Like it can swing one way or the other, right? But it's like it's still gotta be there. Fuck, what was a big one? I had a big one. I think it was I feel like I have to vibe with you. If I can't vibe with you at all, like it's just not gonna work.
Of course you use the word vibe. Of course you use the word vibe.
No, but it's so true, right? Like
yeah,
for me, right? Okay, I had this conversation with a friend who came over the other day. We were talking about like dating someone who's a friend, right? Because the way I've always seen it, if you're gonna get into a relationship with someone, you should always at least be friends with them before.
Yes.
But
Yes.
in that, it's like dating someone who's a friend, right? It's like you're kind of if something fucks up, not only do you lose that person as like a partner, but you lose them as a friend as well. So it's like most of the time, it's like you don't go past the level of friend. And it's like, it's a bit sketch because I'm like, but how am I supposed to date someone if I'm not friends with them kind of thing? Because if I'm friends, like, it's like, it kind of ties back into the vibe thing.
Yeah.
But it's...
Sure, you can still be friends with someone after if you break up with them. Just depends on how they are. And if
Yeah.
they are your friend, they should be understanding to begin with.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like it's just really messy, right? I think it's pretty messy if you just break up with someone who's like your friend and you're like established well in the friend group. I feel like
it's gonna be really awkward in the friend group. I've never dated, I've only dated twice, but like, both of them were in my friend group, or like they're not even in a group. But I can just imagine, and I've seen my friends who would dated people in their group, right? Holy shit, it's the most awkward shit ever.
One of them gets kicked out eventually.
Yeah, and one of them always ends up getting kicked out, or they're like, one of them like somehow some of them just lean more to the one other person's story, right? which they should have listened to both sides or
Yeah,
blah blah,
that's the
right?
thing.
And they shouldn't be picking sides because it's their relationship.
Yeah.
Do you get what I
it's-
mean?
No, yeah. It's like
it's a good point, but you can see where right or wrong is, especially if you know them from both sides.
That's true.
because like it's not always gonna be like easy as like black and white, right? It's gonna be shit in between.
It's grey.
It's very grey area. Like,
It may grey matter.
and at the end of the day, it's gonna get to the point where one person from that friendship group will just leave. Like, doesn't matter like who it is. It's just one of them will leave.
And one of them is gonna just cop it.
Yeah, like me.
Okay, bro.
No, but like
Okay, bro.
I fucking hard copped it, right? And it was like,
Yeah.
to be fair, I knew them for like 8 or so years, but it's like they were pretty socially inept as well. So it was kind of
Okay.
like a good thing that it happened almost, right?
Kind of shady. You're kind of shady. Okay.
I literally I tweeted about it, but
Oh shit.
it's like it's a good thing it's a good thing that happens because it's like to I guess get away or like find people who appreciate yourself more for who you are. You gotta find like you kind of gotta get away from like the people who don't understand kind of stuff, right? Because like what every time you bring up like someone like dating something or like relate like girls or whatever, right?
Yeah.
They'll be like, who the fuck thinks about that? Like, they're the definition of what you would call like like high IQ but like negative fucking EQ, like beyond
Yep.
the negative.
They are all socially inept. I don't know if it's because they've been raised rich, east side, whatever the fuck they are, but they cannot communicate for dear life.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
guess-
can't tell you how weirded out I was when I met them, bro. I was just like, oh.
And I guess that kind of leads us into deal breakers, right?
Yeah.
But before we get into deal breakers, actually, what are our opinions on long distance relationships?
I hate them.
You-
I don't think I wouldn't be able to do that. I feel like now I'm in a relationship, I cannot fucking do long distance. I thought I could do it. I cannot. I'm the most clingiest bitch ever. Dude, I want to actually just fucking absorb myself into my boyfriend. I'm not kidding. I have to be with him 24/7 or else I can't.
Yeah, no,
I'm really, I'm completely. I feel like I'm too codependent now. That's why, like, I feel like I need to be more independent now and go back and kind of reverse time a bit and get back to the me that used to be able to do things by myself and enjoy it.
Comes of time though, because
Yeah, it does.
I was codependent for like I don't know 1 year give or take, but like once I got out of high school, like you got work, you got all of that, and you're just like, yeah, I don't really need them anymore.
The
You can
adult
enjoy your own
life
stuff.
really makes you start to become more independent, even if like
Yeah.
you're dating, right?
That's true. I feel like this comes with time.
Oh
For
no,
me, then.
100%.
Because I don't want to force it. I don't want me to force to like myself to distance myself from my boyfriend. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like it's more so like it's again compromise. If he's busy, then I need to understand that, right? Which I do. But if we can make time for each other, then we'll do that. And I'll slowly get used to it. But it just comes down to me getting used to it.
yeah. Because I think the thing is, it's like you shouldn't make like someone else, even if like you're married, like even to the point like marriage, right? You shouldn't make them like your number one priority. It should always be like
You.
yourself.
Yourself.
Yeah, because it's like no matter who it is, right? Like that's just how it should be. Because if you commit so like if you make someone else like such a high priority, you're griefing yourself, whether it be your own relationships, friendships, whatever, work,
Yeah.
etc., for someone else.
Yeah.
And then like if that person just like leaves, then what has your entire like life when you've been doing that for them have been for? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Turn into a half potato.
Like yeah,
That is
you
actually
just
very true.
you get into a slump and it's like you can't get out of it because that's
Yeah.
all you've known doing.
Yeah. And I
But-
think that's actually something that I have to realize for myself. I know, like, actually, you saying it out loud actually made me realize it, right? That, like, I've been revolving myself around my relationship with my boyfriend so much the past 6 months. I don't think I've done much for myself.
Mm.
And I feel like if I were to break up, like, hypothetically break up right now, right?
Right.
I'm gonna be in a huge ass fucking slump. I wouldn't know what to do with my life right now.
Yeah.
And
And-
it's so bad.
It's because you've I guess like I don't because I can't say for you, right? But like it's like because you've like almost prioritized him over yourself most of the time.
Yeah.
Back to long distance relationships, I don't think I can do it. I feel like people who
You're so clingy, bro. You're so clingy.
I am so like
You are so clingy.
bro, fucking Jenny knows I am the fucking clingiest bitch there is. Like
Yeah.
holy shit.
That's fine.
I am a
I don't-
fucking parasite. But
The
it's
only
like
reason why LDR wouldn't work for me or for you is probably because I need physical affection. I don't need too much. Bare minimum is fine.
yeah.
And also, like, my LDR that I had did not work out. It was terrible, so not the best.
It's
And
like,
all the LDRs I've seen failed.
yeah, no, same here. I mean, it's like it's really hard to like manage. I feel like especially after you've been in like a physical relationship or like you know, not long distance, right? You have to adjust to the fact that you're not be able to see them for an extended like long period of time. There won't be much physical affection, right? Like two things that are almost essential in a relationship. Well, I wouldn't even say essential, but like two big factors in a relationship is like physical affection and like seeing each other. And
That's physical, no? That falls under physical, no?
yeah, okay. Yeah, so the two big factors are just physical and physical. But without that, right, a relationship feels kind of just like you're just friends. But
Friendship.
like, it's like friends, but you're a bit more than friends.
Yeah, you're just saying like I love you and spending more time with each other.
Pretty much. And it's like, is that really even a relationship? Because it's like,
Oh no, and also exclusivity. I think that's
exclusivity.
the
Yes.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing that keeps long distance relationships in like the relationships category, right? Because it's like, without the physicalness of a relationship, it's like you're just talking to someone exclusively, saying.
But it just works with some people.
Yeah, like I can like if it works for you, it works for you, right? Like if it like I don't like not my place to say if it's like it's a bad thing, but it's like I feel like once you've experienced like physical like if the physicality of a relationship, you can't exactly go to long distance because it's like it's just
Unless you know it's the one.
But the thing is, right?
Unless you
everyone thinks it's the one. Everyone going into a relationship thinks, oh, this fucking person's the one. This guy's the one. This girl's the one. And it's like, because we all go into thinking that, the first month or two is like pretty much like a happy-go-lucky area, right?
That's the honeymoon phase.
Honeymoon phase, man.
Huh? What did you say?
Good
Honeymoon
old
phase.
honeymoon phase.
Yeah, the honeymoon. Fuck my phone. The honeymoon phase. Yeah, but it's like after that, you kind of like that's when I guess I wouldn't say the cracks because like in a sense I feel like the cracks are already there, but like you start to see the cracks more because the honeymoon phase is over, right? And that 100% makes or breaks a relationship and how you deal with the cracks because that's like most like short-term relationships only last a month or two because it's in the exclusive honeymoon phase. LDR works if you already wanted to move to where they are. Yeah, that's fair. Or like vice versa, the person wants to move to where you are.
I think a big part of what you just said right just then about out of brain fry, what were you saying again?
Cracks.
Oh, cracks. Yes, after honeymoon phase, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be honest. I'm not saying from just like from personal experience. I've talked to a lot of my friends, and they're all of them are in like relationships, right? Like I'd say like I'm kind of one of the late ones that got into a relationship, especially because I'm in my first relationship, right? I feel like a lot of people take the honeymoon phase too seriously.
What do you mean by what do you mean by seriously?
As in they take it too literally. As in the moment the like 3-month mark hits, you see a
All the
physical change in them.
Maturity
If that makes
when
sense.
you realize that a honeymoon phase does not exist.
It doesn't because it's so different for every single relationship. One can probably last a week, others can last for maybe a couple years, which is like good on you. Like you're so in love with each other, right? But I think the essential part is that you don't lose the initial spark that you had with each other. because I'm gonna be honest with you. If I ever have like kids in the future with like like obviously with my husband, right? I want my husband to show me that they like love me 24/7. I want to show like my kids that like this is how you are supposed to be in a relationship, and nothing and like this is like mom and dad love each other so much, right? And like I want dad to like hug me every single morning, give me morning kisses, right? And then like saying that they love me, and then like still give me like presents, like and give me flowers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
To show our kids that this is what love is like. Like I'm not gonna give them a twisted idea of like what love is like
That's
like
for them
if you're
in the media.
yeah, like I want to give them like a physical like physically show them that this is what love is, and mom and dad love each other a lot, right? So and throughout the relationship, you should never lose that initial spark. You should still do little things for each other to show a little appreciation, right? And still tell each other you love each other, give each other like words of affirmation and stuff, right? And I think that's so important in a relationship. Like, do not ever like just because you're in a relationship, right? You do not just think that, oh, I'm in a relationship, I just need to respect the girl and that's it. You that's not what you do. You still need to do the little things for each other. And that's why you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like if you're not gonna do that, might as well just be friends.
Pretty much.
Heck, might as well just be friends with benefits then if you guys wanna fuck, you know?
Yeah, no, that's 100% true. It's like anyone like if that's all you're gonna do, right? Like shit. You like if that's what you quantify as a relationship, then shit, you're fucking dating like almost every woman in the world if you respect women.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you gotta do more than respect. It's like you have to like it's like you have to try. You have to like go out of your comfort zone for them. Like not necessarily like all the time, but like sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the very small things, like Jason says, that matters the most. It's like it's the build up of the small things as well.
I think it's the small things that we remember as well.
Yeah. Because it's like, oh, he or she did this for me that day. And I was like, and it's like, might be a very small thing, right? But it's like a very sweet thing to remember.
It is. It's like, I feel like it's more so like, oh, my birthday, he gave me this grand present, right? But I wouldn't think of that present. I more so will think about, oh, he remembered that I like this. Or like, I think about last time, rather than the present, I think about the present. I'd be like, oh, last time he bought me this drink because I really like it and he thought about me. Or like, oh, he bought me these flowers because it reminded him of me, right? When he walked past them. It's little thoughts of that. It's not so like you have to give me a grand present. It's the little things that you do for each other to show that you care.
No, that's true.
For me, it's more acts of service, but you know, it varies from person to person.
Define acts of service, actually.
Put it this way, my partner and I cook a lot together, so I'll be doing most of the cooking, and whenever he does something without asking, like washing the dishes or setting up or getting me water or just like a hug from the back occasionally, that's what really matters the most to me. Something like that.
That's nice.
Oh, that's actually a good point. What are you guys' like the 5 languages? Like what order is it?
What are the languages? Can we list out the languages first?
Oh, you haven't done it? You should do it on stream then.
What the?
5 languages, 5 love languages.
No, my skin's gone from the shop.
Alright, is it like
Show on stream as well.
Yeah.
Raven.
I think mine changed a lot from when I first did it. So I remember doing it with my boyfriend when we first started dating, like the first week, and then I did it I think last month, and it's changed quite a bit. I think
Is it this
when
one?
I first started dating, which one? It's not on the screen yet. Oh yeah, it's this one.
Alright.
But start here, I think. I don't know. My screen was a bit different from that, but
Alright, so I'm assuming I do romantic, right? Because like
no, this isn't.
this isn't. Oh,
No.
I just stalked my.
The quizzes. I think it's quizzes.
Ow. Start the quiz.
Oh no, not. Is that one?
I am.
5 love languages quiz. Yeah, the quiz one.
I'm a teenager.
Yeah, there we go.
Never mind. I'll watch VOD quiz. Let me put this here.
You're an adult. What?
I said teenager.
You're an adult.
Am I?
You're past 18.
Alex, you look pretty old to me, man. I don't think you're a
You're past
teenager.
18, bro. You're considered adult after you're past 18.
I guess that's fair. Adult,
Right.
I'm single. It's more meaningful to me when someone I love sincerely loving that. But like, what if they're
Yeah.
both equal?
I think it's more so like the first feeling when you read it. Which one would you suddenly prefer more? Because like I think all of them,
Physical affection.
obviously you want both of them. I
Yeah.
want both of them when I did it, but like it's more so like because I did my quiz really quickly because I was like, which one do I feel more in that moment?
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, but my love languages now has changed to words of affirmation, and then it's
What was
either
it
physical
from?
touch.
What did it change from?
Mine was quality time, or physical touch first.
Right.
But it's changed to words of affirmation first, and then quality time or physical. I think it's quality time, and then physical touch, and then acts of service, and then gift giving, or gift giving and then acts of service.
That's the opposite, actually.
Oh really?
Acts of service comes first for me, and then words of
Oh.
affirmation, then physical touch. I think gifts is second last as well.
Mm.
I'm a whole adult. What do you mean teenager? Okay, but like I still feel like a teenager.
We all feel like a teenager.
I guess
I still feel like I'm a teenager.
I don't think I should.
But yeah. What's the next question? Or do you want to, Punu? Is there something else you want to talk about?
Ah, deal breakers. There we go. Deal breakers.
Deal breakers.
There, because I interrupted us for the long distance relationship stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Yeah,
put
what
it.
are the deal breakers?
Yeah, go deal breakers. I'll put it back to talk, and I'll do the thing in the background.
No, dude. They want to see.
No, I'll just have the result now.
No, but like it's like you still want to see the question.
Okay. More meaningful to me when I love this thing to me. Someone I love gives me something that shows they were really thinking of it.
Deal breakers. Honestly, a huge deal breaker. If he ever touches a hair on me, like in any way, shape, or form, it is a deal breaker.
I mean, touches
He's
a hair.
Like I'm like
The entire human body is covered in hair.
No, I'm saying hits me. As in, I'm like.
Oh yeah, okay, no, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. Huh?
I mean, okay, because touching a hair, right? That's like physical touch.
No, I meant it as in like a metaphorical form, as in like in a violent sense. If he ever hits me in any way, it is a deal breaker. I'm out of the relationship.
Right.
Because if he does it once, he will do it again. It's not a one-time thing.
Always a cheater.
Exactly.
Once an abuser, always an abuser.
Exactly. And if and I'm not going to like marry or like be with someone who is going to hurt me, domestic violence, and life's too fucking short for me to like deal with that shit, man. I'm gonna move on and be in a happier relationship than this one where I'm getting hit, right?
Right.
Another one's like it's not a deal breaker, like as in we'll have a talk about it. Drugs.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
I mean,
excessive alcohol use and like smoking, blah blah blah. I do not support any of that.
Abuse is kind of weird though, because you'd see most of the women, some of them don't have a choice, because if they escape, they feel like they're gonna, they're literally gonna fucking die because they're gonna hit them again and again. Or number two, they might be too attached to leave, vice versa. It's just, I think when you're that far and he starts abusing you, obviously some people are very strong-willed and they will leave, like, props to you. But some people, like, you become dependent and you just become weaker to the person in general, so you can't do much on your own. And of course it takes time to get out, but obviously you'll need like a massive like fucking slap in the fucking face. Not literally, but something to happen for you to like up and leave.
Yeah.
I
Red
mean,
flag or deal
each
breaker?
because red, yeah, it just becomes a red flag. But then like
Yeah.
red's your favorite color, and then you
Yeah.
can't do much about it.
Yeah, abuse is a really messy thing. It's like it's a red flag, and it can be a deal breaker, right? Because red flags and deal breakers are very different things. Deal breaker
Yes.
is like
I'm
if it
gonna
happens,
go.
you're out.
I'm out.
Yep.
Red flag is like something negative about the person that you can deal with, or but you don't want to, but like you can deal with because like maybe the greens are more than the reds. But the thing is like I know friends and I have friends that are into red flags. Shit, one of their fucking favorite colors is red for like it's it's just so complicated, right? Because when you trap yourself in a shitty situation because you're attracted to like
Favorite color is red.
yeah, your favorite color is pretty much your favorite color is red, right?
Yeah.
What can you do? Because it's like you're kind of like fucking yourself over, but like you can't leave because you're kind of into like doing like kind of into that, I guess.
Actually, I have a friend that I know that is exactly like that, like to the T. She is just into red flags after red flags. Um, the thing is, right, she's been like that. I've known her since like what, 7, 8 years, and she's still like that. Like, it's to a point where like, oh my god, you want physical touch, and then words of affirmation, quality time. Dude, you do not care about receiving gifts.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
why?
You want a gift?
Oh yeah, I'm the kind of person who gives people gifts, but like I don't think gifts should define a relationship, right? It's like gifts.
It's nice.
Are nice, but like it's kind of like a whatever thing, right? It's like a bonus. The way I
love someone, so
like the way I think of it, it's like gifts are like a bonus, pretty much. It's like
It is.
it's like when you finish a story mission, right? And there's like
Yeah.
you get like a little bonus reward on the side. That's what gift giving is.
Okay. I think
it's a pretty
I
nice
think
way.
for you then, I think that's what makes your relationship will makes gift giving really special for your relationship then, because that will be like a once in a like a special occasion thing, and that's what makes it really special, right?
What, like
But
when
don't
I give
think,
gifts or like they give gifts to me?
like both ways. Like
Huh.
it just makes it like really special in the relationship. Do you know what I mean? I think gift giving in general is just something special that you do in a relationship, and that's what makes it like so in the moment you're so happy about it, and you'll think about it for such a long time, right? If you give so much in your relationship, it kind of like this is anything in a relationship. It becomes a expectation, and you can't expect someone to 24/7 gift you flowers every single time you guys see each other. That is so
It's over excessive, and it defeats the point and the purpose of a gift, right? Gifts are meant to be special bonuses.
exactly.
It became really bad for my one because I think there was a period of time when I was getting gifted too much, and this is when I wasn't asking for it. And mind you, I hate gifts. If it's too excessive, like I just hate it. So it
Yeah.
just came to this point where I'm just like, you better stop gifting me, or there's gonna be some consequences. Okay. So we just made this rule. Like, he can't gift me more than I gift him. It's like an equal trade.
I think it becomes both an expectation and also a disappointment, because if you get gifted so much gifts, right? You start expecting it and be like, I want a gift. Why hasn't he given a gift to me, right? And it becomes a disappointment that like you're gonna be like, he hasn't given me a gift in so long. I feel like I'm not dragging my own relationship into this, right? But it's my problem that I like the feeling of getting gifts so much in my relationship, right? That when he stopped giving it to me, I felt like, oh, he's not thinking about me anymore, or like I start feeling sad about it, and I'm like, I wish he'd give me more gifts, right? But then I realized that it loses its purpose. It's more of the thought behind it more than the action of giving gifts. And I would much prefer now that I get words of affirmation than I do getting gifts. Over gifting, like it just loses the whole purpose of like. That's why Christmas is only once a year. That's why you only have one birthday a year, because you anticipate it and you get excited for it. If you get fucking a birthday present every fucking month, you're gonna expect it and you're gonna be so disappointed when you get something that you don't want.
Mm.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair. It's quality over quantity. Gifting over gifting is a red flag. Guilty conscience. But if someone's gifting you too many things, yeah. Because it's like, if you're over gifting, right, you're gonna make the person you're gifting it to feel guilty that you're not doing that they're not doing the same thing back.
Yeah,
And it also
that's
defeats the purpose of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and for me, I think, like, I've always been like this, right? I don't see like flowers, right? They're sweet. I also have hay fever, but like,
Oh.
why? I don't see the point of giving someone something that's just gonna die. Because flowers are gonna like eventually die, right? They wilt and
You
they
know the one
die.
I got?
I guess so.
I got a crystal rose. It's not dead. I hope it's not dead.
I got a Lux Rose.
Yeah.
It's like
so-
stayed alive for like a
Yeah.
year.
And then I got the Lux bouquet, but it's the crystal one. It's the one with the light.
Ooh.
Yeah. So. Your one stays
Lego
alive.
flowers.
Yeah.
But
Lego
yeah,
flowers.
I feel like
But flowers are nice though, Schmidt. Flowers are so nice.
okay, flowers
Nice
are
to
nice,
get once in a while.
but like,
Once in a while.
I feel like if I'm gonna give someone a gift, right, or if I'm gonna give my partner a gift, I'd rather give them something more permanent that won't fucking die
True.
after a few months.
Yeah.
Like, it's so impractical, right? You're giving them a gift that's gonna die eventually, right? And it's like, what is that supposed to fucking symbolize? Your relationship?
I don't know. The only short-term gift I
Oh
want is
my.
food.
Yeah,
I
like
love food.
the best
You win
the
my
best
heart.
gift you can give, I feel like, is just shouting them food or like taking them out for dinner.
I
'Cause
love
it's like-
food.
Well, ask your
That
boyfriend.
is a form of gift giving, eh?
Yeah, because it is a form of gift giving, right? But it's not like over excessive, and it's not like something that you'll feel bad about like a lot if they they take you out.
I
'Cause
mean-
it's like a cute date thing, right? And it's like
To
and
be
it-
honest.
Mhm.
You're gonna eat it and shoot it out. Isn't that kind of like flowers?
okay, but like
I'm just being I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm being realistic here. You're eating it and shitting it. That's like flowers. You're buying it, it dies, and you throw it in the trash. It's the same thing. They're both okay. At this point, they might as well both be impractical.
It's okay.
Might as well not fucking eat at this point. I'm done. I'm done with the podcast.
You get the nutrients, you get your taste buds happy, and you have a nice shit afterwards. Only if you've eaten enough veggies. I'll take it.
I'll take good shits any day.
Yeah, good shits are fucking. Oh.
Do you want to change this podcast into talking about shits now instead of relationships?
Yes, I love feces.
oh my god, no, but like okay, I think the thing with food is it's like it's short and it's sweet,
Mm.
and it's like low maintenance. It's as simple as like taking your girlfriend or boyfriend to a restaurant and paying, right? Short,
Yeah.
sweet date, cute date,
Mm.
and then you can fucking either go watch a movie, karaoke, fucking go home, whatever, right? The thing with
Yeah.
flowers is you have to be so picky about the flower you want to choose, and then the person you give it to has to manage the flower as well.
I hate flowers.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense.
And I
I have
guess
to be
in
thankful.
hindsight, in a way, right? If they manage the flower well, then maybe your relationship is good. If they don't give a shit about the
Why
flower,
are you taking it into a metaphorical sense, Puna? What the
if
fuck?
they don't give a shit about the fucking flower, bro, it's doomed. Go next girl. Go next
Fine.
boy.
You're
But no.
so sentimental. Holy shit.
Yeah, but that's why I don't see gift giving as like a big thing for me.
Mm.
Like unless it's like something special, like anniversaries or stuff, or like birthdays.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give a gift. That's just how it is.
That's why I think words of affirmation is more important.
Yeah. There's
I
some
think it's
peop-
just
yeah.
the reminder.
Some people rather know or like be sure that X still loves Y rather than them giving a gift because I mean I guess I kind of say it's the same words of affirmation, right? If you overdo it, it's pointless. So
I guess so.
yeah, because
I feel like it will be more forced.
because like if someone says like you say I love you to someone like almost every day, right? Like okay, that's fine because it's like you're dating, but like over the top, it's like at what point does that start to lose meaning? Well, and it just becomes like a habit rather than like actual feeling.
That is very, very true. That's like gift giving as well, eh?
Yeah, because in
That's
that
like if
case
you
it's
do
similar.
it too much. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of. I mean, almost borderline applies to anything in life, right? If you do something too much,
Yeah.
when does it get to the point where it becomes pointless?
It's like us, like we're gonna have this like moment where we really like eating something and we eat it every day, and there's gonna come to a point where we're gonna be like, holy shit, I fucking hate this.
Pretty
Why the
much,
fuck did
yeah.
I like eating this?
Like, to put it into a gamer sense, right? For all the gamers in chat, it's like when you like playing like a certain video game a lot, and then you do it every day, every second of your life.
Yeah.
It's gonna get to a point where it's like you just hate it because you've been like it's just like it's like what's the point of you playing it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like that's in a sense burnout, more so burnout rather than like relationships. But it's like
Off topic, Alex. You know challenges and stuff and how they give you tokens?
yes.
Are you challenger in levels?
Let's not talk about that.
Oh my god.
But I think I don't know, it's really just yeah, and there's a fine balance between doing something over the top and doing something like not enough, right? Like I'd say if you gift gifts, if you give gifts, say like on anniversary, birthdays, and Christmases, that's it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like maybe even Valentine's, right? I think that's fine.
I think there should be little sprinkles here and there.
I do.
Because then you're
I'm
you're
just-
only gonna know that you're gonna get a present if it's Christmas, birthday, New Year's, fucking
Yeah, okay,
Valentine's,
but
right?
this is the
I
best
think
part.
a little tiny sprinkle.
This
here
is the
and
best
there.
part. Because you think that, right? When they do get you a gift that's not on those like set days,
Exactly. Yeah. the
it's
little
that
sprinkle.
much better.
It is. It is.
So, Valentine's is a hoax. I agree. Valentine's is fucking fake.
It's just everyone fucking spending money on fucking flowers and
My
chocolates.
Valentine's Day. My flower came 2 days late. Kind
Oh.
of crazy.
My girlfriend didn't buy me anything. It says a lot about her
What?
character.
No way.
No, yes way. I bought her 3 cheap rings. One she could actually stab me with, and she did by
Oh.
accident.
Oh, domestic violence. That's a deal breaker for you, Kuno. Get the fuck out of there right now. What the fuck were you doing so in that relationship? We literally
Wait.
just talked about deal breakers.
No,
We're still
but, like,
talking about
no,
deal breakers.
I was holding her hand, and then the fucking ring stabbed me because it was too sharp. Because it was like it was a crane.
Oh.
So I kind
That's
of,
gotta
in a
hurt.
sense, I hurt myself.
Oh, you're an idiot for that. Actually, an idiot.
Yeah, I know. Don't need to tell me twice.
Idiot.
But
Bedtime. There you go.
But yeah, no, it's like I don't know. Gifts are just so. Alright, let's
But
move
yeah.
on. Let's move on from that. Alright, how do we deal with and resolve conflicts in a relationship?
Who's going first?
Alright, Jenny, take it away.
What'd you say? I'm trying to find a space to land on Fortnite.
How do we deal with and resolve conflicts in a relo?
So you see, I've got a problem. Usually when there's an argument or conflict, I used to more than often just say, I don't want to talk about this. So essentially just running away from the issue. And it's not okay, but like, that's all I've known how to deal with things because, you know, the role models in my life have been pretty shitty. That's okay. But communication is key. For me, you just wait for both parties to calm the fuck down. And you talk it out from there. It helps a lot more when you're there IRL because you can, you know, you can see each other's expressions. You can talk over food or something and be like, you can work it out
Definitely.
a lot better. And you're just like, yeah, this works.
I
feel like
agree.
Sorry, yeah, go.
No, you go, Pinu.
I feel like a big thing is like it's very hard for both people to admit they're wrong. So more so, one side is usually overcompensating for the other because the other person doesn't admit it.
Yeah, no, but like when you eventually admit it and you're both like, yeah, sorry I was a bitch and sorry I didn't understand you. It could have been from either side. Then you could, and it just works out. But obviously, when you have one immature party, no, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah, no, that's true.
when you have one party that refuses to listen or refuses to compromise,
Yeah.
it just makes your life so much harder, and you're like shit. And that's where relationships fail, because you're just forced to apologize, and you just feel like shit because it's not your fault, and you shouldn't be receiving that treatment. Aha, headshot, bitch.
I feel like it's not more so about like, you know, who's wrong and like who's admitting who's wrong, right?
Right.
Because I feel like in the end of the day, there's a problem in that you guys are having, right?
It is you
And it's
versus the problem.
yeah, it's you two versus the problem, and not you guys versing each other and saying like whose fault is it, and like who has to say sorry first, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
In the end, like the most important thing is like you guys solve the problem, and I personally like solving problem IRL. I hate solving it over call and over text, because like Jenny said, right, you can't see each other's expressions. You can't, like, even with the tone of voice, you can't, like, you still can't determine how each other's are feeling. And I'm pretty sure you feel more emotionally like connected and like more empathetic if you're there with the other person.
Yeah.
And I personally am a person who doesn't like waiting out the conversation. If something happened in the relationship, I want to solve it right now and right here. Like, we'll take some time for ourselves to like calm down, right? But do not leave it for after you do something else. Because I'm gonna be honest, there has been times where like I had fights, right? And I thought to myself, if I let this fight boil any longer, I might come to a breaking point where the only thing I keep on thinking is I will be overthinking and only be doing that, right? And be thinking the worst. And like, obviously the worst is gonna be breaking up. And I don't like to let anything boil, like any of the fights that we have boil for a long period of time. And I want to be able to solve it before we do anything else next in our life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like
that's how you bring up the past.
yeah, and like I've also learned it's not good to bring up the past.
100%.
You had all the time in the world to bring up past issues. Do not bring it now into the current argument that we are having. You could have had used any other time to do it, right?
Right.
Do not do it now when we're having this argument.
Yeah, no, that's really fair. I think someone in chat said, it's not always a you two versus the problem situation, right? Because sometimes it's actually someone's fault.
It is. Yeah, that's
so,
true.
I think it's at that point, it's like really hard to, I guess, because what? Most of the time, right, it's just like someone overcompensating and apologizing for the other person.
Yeah.
And that's like pretty unhealthy, because that's just that the same shit is going to keep happening, and you're going to keep apologizing, and at the end of the day, nothing is really going to change. Not going to change.
Yeah.
Like, you both have to be willing to drop the ego of like, you're right.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna be honest, I had like a huge thing with like, because like with my family, right? I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the best temper, and like I'm the type that easily shows my emotions on my face and like my tone of voice. So if the littlest thing that happened to me, right, and it like triggered me or like it made me angry, right, my whole family would know that something happened to me. Like they'll immediately know either I'm sad, angry, or blah blah blah, or pissed or something, right?
Right.
But once I was in this relationship and I realized that I did that to my boyfriend, I was like, I can't do this to him. Like, and I realized that, as much as my parents and my sister told me that, oh, like you're doing that, right? Like, and I feel like I don't realize it. I didn't really fully accept that I did that. And like the big thing is like I hated being the first person to say sorry, and I learned that in this relationship that I do have little tantrums. I have like momentary tantrums, and I get mad at the smallest things for no reason, right? And I don't want to do that to my boyfriend. But I feel like girls do have those moments, and
oh hell
like
yeah.
Yeah.
like and like
Same
I've
goes for
asked so
guys.
many people, like yeah, like girls and guys both have like fucking emotional breakdowns or like issues, and sometimes they just want to throw a tantrum, right? And both of us just have to compensate for it.
Yeah.
And it's the thought of like understanding and empathizing and being present and being there for them, right? It's more so about you trying to make them feel better, and not so much you know.
Yeah.
And
of
like
course.
another thing, it's like you can't compensate for everything. That is so unhealthy. Like especially
Yeah.
if it's one-sided and it's always one person that's saying sorry and like trying to like fix the problem, right? And the other person just doesn't want to talk or like isn't giving effort into the relationship or into the problem that they're having, right?
Yeah.
Every single situation is going to be one-sided.
Yeah, it's like
And it's just
at what point does sorry start to lose meaning?
yeah.
Manipulative.
I
Being
think
manipulative is like the
sorry
end of
just
the line.
yeah, sorry just loses meaning, and it's like, do you really feel sorry?
yeah, because it's
And-
easy to say you're sorry, but it's actually like
Mhm.
showing that you're sorry is completely different. It's like
Yeah,
it's easier said than done, right? Because like you can
It
like words. It's all like it's ultimately like actions speak louder than words, right? You can say whatever the fuck you
Yeah.
want, but if you don't do it, you don't like everyone knows that like you don't mean it.
yeah. It's like, don't like, if I like something happens, right, in an argument, and you only say sorry, and you don't even know what you're sorry about, you like, why even bother say sorry?
Yeah,
Like, when there's ways that you should still be apologizing, and that applies to everything in life. If you did something with your friends and you just said sorry but you don't know what you did wrong, that's something that you did wrong, right? Like, you need to know what you're saying sorry for. So that's why when you apologize to someone, you need to say something like, sorry for doing X, right? And then say, next time I'll make sure I do this for you, or blah blah blah, and like, say something afterwards that reflects that you understand that you did something wrong. There's no
Yeah.
point in just saying sorry. Like,
it's
that is the
how are you gonna act on the fact that you're sorry?
it's like a formality. It's like you saying sorry is just a formality.
Yeah,
That's literally it. It's like how, like, you see someone, you just say hello.
pretty
You do
much.
so you do something, I say sorry, and you expect that everything will be fine. And that's not how it goes. You need to say something afterwards and do something afterwards. Either like say something like, like, you say like, oh, next time I'll do this, right? Or say something like, how about we do this so we can make
right.
us feel better now.
You also have to say what you're sorry about, because most of the time, like that is like a lot of the time that's missed. They just say they're sorry, but they don't say what they're sorry about.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's always like about like being more punctual about when you're communicating. There's no point in being fucking like using short sentences and just saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, like I won't do it
Partner's like,
again." Don't say it. Say it. Apologies don't work like that.
Yeah, you have to show that you're actually sorry.
Yeah.
in my case, he's very like socially like inadequate. He's not very, how do I put it? Not very good with words, so he just prefers showing through actions, which I'm okay with. It took me like a long time to get used to, because for me, like, words do mean a lot. But like, I learned through time that he's just a fucking dumbass and he can't really say anything with his words. So I'm just like, you know what? If you can show it in other means, I don't mind.
Yeah. Because like ultimately, like what actions do mean a lot
More than words.
Yeah. I guess that leads us to the last part, where any dating advice, so like tips, things to look out for people that are actually looking to get into relationships. I think we've covered a few with like essentials and deal breakers and red flags, right? But like more general basis, right?
Learn to compromise people. Not everyone's gonna be your perfect person, but if you learn to compromise, it turns into something very beautiful.
I think people need to realize that it's two different people coming together.
It's not a walk in the park, man.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna be dead honest with everyone here who isn't in a relationship, right, or is in a relationship, and you haven't learned this, is that you're not ever going to find that perfect person, and that is the hard, honest truth. I'm gonna be dead honest with you guys. Everyone that you see on the internet and that have this fairy tale relationship, right?
That's
I'm
not
gonna
how
be
it is.
honest. They didn't have a smooth ride in the beginning. They did not, and the reason why they are so in love and they are working out now is because they compromised. And I'm gonna be honest, like, yeah, like I said, you're not gonna meet that perfect, like,
The one.
Prince Charming, fucking your princess, fucking Princess Fiona or some shit, right? You're not gonna meet them. You're only gonna make your Prince Charming or your princess by, this
You
sounds
mold
bad, but like
them,
molding them.
You mold them.
Exactly, like
You
like,
shape them
it's
into
not
the
you shape them into your perfect perfect partner.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds bad. It sounds like
Through
it's like,
compromise.
what the fuck? Yeah, like it's like, oh, you're like molding
No,
them.
you
You're
learn
like
to
fucking forcing them
change.
into something. You're not forcing them. It's you guys like becoming better people for each other
Yeah.
and becoming, you know, the perfect like Prince Charming for each other. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Question here is: what if you love someone but you can't express it express it with actions? But like,
This is just fine, but you need to learn eventually. That's
I think
the
it's like you have to
hard
you have to learn about it slowly,
You
right?
need to
It's
learn.
like
Because your partner will likely be patient. If you like them that much, I'm gonna assume they're like, nice people, but
yeah,
you can't expect them to like
you can't expect them to be like
to just
instant.
deal with your ass all the time.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think,
It
see,
was
I
like,
see. That's a good question, right? It says, what if you love someone but you can't express it with actions? That's an issue that you have now, right? But then when you go into the relationship and you love them a lot, right? And you know that you want to show them you love them physically, right? That's when you compromise. That's when you try and tell myself, yes, when you get out of your comfort zone and then you do things and like stuff like like actions, let's say like gift giving, like that's just an example, right? You physically buy them a gift. That's out of your comfort zone. You don't show that you love them like physically like that, right? So that's when compromise comes into play. When you compromise with yourself and you tell yourself, I'm gonna come out of my comfort zone to show that I love them because this is something that I should be doing in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Yeah, I think. What was I gonna say? Like, I fucking had a moment. Come back to me.
Okay.
What? Okay, so we covered tips, right? I think we kind of covered tips. What else? What other things would we like use as advice, or like even like caution people to avoid, right? Because it's like big thing was like compromise, right?
One
But
big
like
thing to avoid: horrors.
define.
No, seriously. People that will treat you as disposable, just trash. You'll pick it up pretty quickly because they'll start comparing you to other people, etc. And you'll be like, oh my god, I'm literally nothing compared to what they used to have, or
Right.
something like that. It's like the worst feeling you could ever get, I'll be honest.
I think.
It's just,
Hmm.
oh my god, my friend just gave me a golden fucking thermal.
I
They
think.
can give you presents without loving you.
It's just,
Yeah.
oh,
They can give you presents. I mean, the thing is, it's like.
comparing is, I think, is a massive red flag. If you run into comparing and you're just like, oh, but this person like used to comfort me so much better than you did, or it could be subtle, like, oh yeah, I miss this way the person used to treat me, or like, oh yeah, this person used to get me this, that, whatever. Like, get the fuck out, man.
I think if you're the one that's feeling that, I think that's also when communication comes into play. If you realize that in your current relationship you liked what happened in your past relationship, right? And it's something that you need, you don't compare. You don't tell your partner that like, oh, my ex used to do this.
Yeah.
And
No.
it's just gonna make both of you guys feel
I
like
feel
shit,
like
right?
bringing your ex at all in a conversation, unless like
Never.
the person specifically asks for it.
Yeah, if the person asks for it, I'll be happy to be like, oh yeah, they like,
Yeah, like if
you're better, but
if they're asking for it, then it's fine. But if they're not, then it's like don't ever bring it up, like ever.
Yeah, but if you did prefer something that like, an ex did, right? Theoretically or hypothetically,
Keep it
right?
to yourself.
No. I'm saying that like you should communicate it. Don't bring your ex back. Say that's when you communicate it clearly and say,
this is
I
why
really prefer it if you can do this for me because I really like it.
Oh yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, as in like you tell them what you want. Not bringing anything of your past relationship in. Telling your current partner what you need right now and what you want.
Right.
Yeah.
I think okay, so how can you know how can you know when they are toying you or really like you in terms of gift giving or even just like speech, right? I think
Or just like in general.
yeah, maybe in general as well. The thing is,
case. with a friend who was only happy with their partner when he gifted her something. I believe
Ah.
you did know this person.
Oh, you fucking bet I know this person. Shit.
Yeah.
I
He
spent
was
my
only happy when he gave her a gift,
Fine.
and otherwise, he'd be unhappy, or there's something wrong, or he was still something he had to fix or apologize for, even though he did literally fucking nothing.
Yeah, I chased that girl for
Wow.
fucking a year.
Yeah, you're dumb
Excuse
fuck
me?
for that.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean, to be fair, he wasn't like that to her, like, because, like, they were friends at the time. Obviously, friends, it's different, but,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean, right? Like, just, no.
Yeah, no, look, I know
Yes.
better now.
Yeah.
But, I think it's really hard to figure out what their intentions are, right? Because you can state what your intentions are, but, like, no one actually knows whether that's true or not. Because no one... It's like you don't know what the other person's thinking, right?
Right.
My problem is I always fall for the wrong guy. Why though? Is it because you're into red flags or you're potentially attracted to the color red?
Why?
No,
Or you're
because...
a
Or a masochist. Because there are people like that, right? Their red flag is that they're attracted to red flags.
Yeah. And like the thing is, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't learn until you actually get fucked by that relationship, and that's when you know what you actually need.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can learn. Doesn't give a people who are into red flags don't give a fuck about what their friends say. They would give zero shits if we like us three tell like a girl or something, right, and be like, you shouldn't date this guy, you shouldn't do that blah 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 blah, blah, right? They're not gonna give a shit about it. They're gonna keep going for the same guy because that's what they're into.
I also feel like, right, if you're gonna date someone, you should never put them, like, within, like, let's say, like, the first half a year, right? You should never put them, like, like, higher priority than your friends. Like you know, long-term friends, right? Because it's like...
Yeah.
Your friends know better than you do, right? Even though you're dating that person. From, like, a outside point of view, they know better than you. And... You know, sometimes they have to be the ones to, like, pull you back from, like, you know, really griefing your own life.
That's true. And another important thing is, my friend back in high school, right, did this, where the moment she got a boyfriend, she basically stopped hanging out with our high school group, right? And she only hung out with her boyfriend. And I told myself, and I didn't like it, right? Because it felt like I lost a friend. I told myself that I would never be that person where I dismiss all my friends and I don't hang out with my family, I don't do this, I don't do that, and I only hang out with my boyfriend, right? Well, guess fucking what? That happened. I unintentionally did that.
Yeah.
The moment I started dating my boyfriend, I unintentionally stopped messaging my friends that often. I unintentionally stopped going to the daily call that I used to go into with my my high school friends, right? I stopped I stopped going out with my family as often, and like mostly my sister.
Right.
It took me so long to realize. I think it took me about 5 months to realize that. I only realized that like last month, and I also had to take third parties, which is my sister, and also my own boyfriend to tell me that like you're too dependent on your boyfriend.
Right.
And it like shook me out of it, right? And like I realized that in the end, as bad as this sounds, in the end, the only people that will stay with you is your family and your long-term friends. If like obviously you guys are close, right?
Don't know about long-term. I don't know about long-term friends, but I can definitely say
as in,
family.
like family and like really selective few friends. I'm gonna be honest.
Yes.
It doesn't even matter if you're long-term. It's really selective friends that like you
Yeah.
know will be on your back.
You can
like,
literally trust them with your life.
Yeah, with your life, right? The boyfriend or girlfriend can really come and go in the end.
Yeah, because it's like, if your ex comes back to you, follow your heart or follow your brain. Follow your brain. You can find another person. Like, it's not worth... Okay. If you break up with someone, that's like, you're meant to, like, that's it. You're broken up because of that reason, right? That doesn't mean you should get together again. But, like...
what I'm saying is, like, you...
No, sorry.
Sorry.
No,
you go. I lost what I was saying.
But
I'm really bad at this too, Ben.
no, okay, you and me both. It's like you break up for a reason, right? If they come back, that's like because they miss the feeling. But like it's you're breaking up for one like big reason, and it's like, what's the point of getting back together if that reason that you guys broke up with is still there? It's like it's better to just like not like follow your brain and move on instead of like having this like really fucked up kind of situation.
Essentially, don't grief yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
But what if they say that they're gonna change,
Well,
and your brain tells you that they're gonna do that?
okay, the thing is, right, that's like you're holding out hope, right? But the thing is, like, people could say it's the same, right? Anyone can say they're gonna change like as much as they want, but if they don't actually change, then it's like no point.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why does it matter if you say you're gonna change but you don't?
Yeah.
Also,
I think
sorry,
it's.
no, sorry,
No, sorry.
Mine's completely irrelevant. No, like I'm not even joking.
I feel like we need to realize that every single person that we meet, this applies to everything in our life, right? We're gonna as girls and guys are going to be self-conscious about everything. Let's say like we walk past a girl, right? And we'll be like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty, right? And then we start thinking, we're overthinking ourselves, and we'll be like, oh shit, I feel so fucking ugly, right?
God, girls are so pretty.
Why?
Guys are so hot.
Oh my. And then like, why are we self-sabotaging ourselves like that? And like, why the fuck do we give a fuck if someone says shit things about us? Let's say like, oh, some girls are like shit talking me online, right?
Right.
Why the fuck would I give a shit about them? They're not directly influencing my life right now, and they're living their life. I'm living my life. I'm living my fucking best life right now, right?
Right.
And we need to realize that people like that, or like even girls, or like, no, sorry, not girls, people in general who hurt you, right? They're a speck, or like a section in your life of that just passed you. They're a person that just passed you throughout the, let's say, 100 years of years that you live on Earth. Imagine how small that is. One 2 minutes of your life of like you thinking that someone hates you, out of the 100 years of you living on Earth. Why the fuck are you holding on to that 2 minutes that like your anxiety? And that applies to you being in a relationship.
Yeah.
You being in a relationship with your boyfriend for like a year or two, right? It hurts, right? If you breaking up with them. But you have to realize that you have to move on to be able to go on with your life. Why are you
Pretty
wasting
much.
more time of your life worrying and like being sad about this person, right? That so happened to be in your life and taught you so many things about yourself and what you want in a relationship, when you can move on and find someone better.
Pretty much.
Stop wasting your time.
Like, it's like when you put it really logically, it's like, why are you wasting your own time over someone else who doesn't actually care about you anymore?
Exactly. Like why are you giving so much shit about that person when they did this, like they hurt you so much?
Pretty much.
They're literally going on with their life right now, but you can't move on. You're only just self-sabotaging yourself.
Yeah, and if you can't move on, that's on your fault, because they're like you broke up because it could be whoever's fault, right? But like, the fact that you're still grieving yourself is like your fault and your fault alone, not theirs. Because if they've moved on with their life, that's fine. You just need to know and learn how to. And if you can't, well then tough shit.
Yeah, you just need to learn to move on.
Well,
You need to learn not to give a fuck. I think
Pretty
there's
much.
even a book out there
I-
that says
I-
how to
the-
learn to not give a
The
fuck.
art of not giving a fuck, yeah.
The art of not giving a fuck. You guys should read that. I don't read, but like I read the title and already know what's.
No,
it's good.
I learned to not give a fuck after a certain friendship that happened last year that kind of fucking ended because of streamer influences and whatnot that I'll not get into again.
Oh, yes.
I learned
Yes.
to give a fuck after. Not to give a fuck after I realized that I live rent free in other people's brains, and it makes me feel great about myself. Anyway, I'm
Pretty
gonna have to go.
much.
My squad's getting fucking angry at me because I'm not joining call, guys. Love you all. Goodbye.
Alright. night.
Bye.
Have a
Thanks
good
for
night,
coming.
Jenny.
You too. Have a good night.
Good night.
Enjoy yours.
Nice meeting you.
Nice.
Bye bye.
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 Okay. Well, I mean, well, we made it to the end.
People that live life without giving a fuck. Okay, you shouldn't. Okay, you shouldn't live life without giving.
Yeah,
a
I don't.
fuck.
I think you shouldn't live life without giving a fuck because it's like you. That makes you like that's bad, right? You shouldn't give a fuck of what other people think of you, but you shouldn't live life without giving a fuck. Like two very different things.
There's a spectrum. There's like it's situational of when you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Things you need to give a fuck is about fucking money. You don't just fucking earn money and just fucking spend it. That's you don't.
Money,
Okay, that's just
morals,
irresponsible.
respect. Those three things. You have to give a fuck about. Because those three things are who you are.
Yeah.
Anything else about whoever the fuck thinks this about you or whoever like does this to you, you don't need to give a fuck about. Like, the things you don't have to give a fuck about are what other people do to you or think of you
Yeah.
or affect you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me rephrase. Okay.
Yeah. But I think we know like what you mean.
Yeah, people who don't give a fuck about others' opinions on them. I mean,
Very chill. Yeah.
very chill.
That is true. Because I feel like it just shows that like it doesn't phase them, and something about that is really like it attracts you to them to being like friends with them. Because I want to be a person. I want to be friends with a person that doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I've learned to not give a fuck. I've met so many friends in my past years, especially in high school, right? Like that fucked me over. That they hurt me. But like, and like it, like you know, I'm gonna be honest. I hold grudges. I hold grudges for so long, but I'm the type that forgives but doesn't forget. If I ever saw them on the street somewhere, I struck up a conversation with them. I'd be like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? Right? I don't forget what they've done, but I learned to not give a fuck. I've learned not to give a fuck. And like I think about I overthink a lot about how I look and stuff. I don't like how I look. I fucking tell myself like, oh fuck, you look so bad today, or like I don't like your makeup. I don't like what you're wearing, or like go on a diet, blah blah blah, right? But then I also learn. I tell myself I'm in a relationship right now, and I'm in a really happy relationship, and my boyfriend likes me, and I like my boyfriend, right? And if he doesn't mind what I look like, and my family doesn't mind what I look like,
Then
why
why
the
should
fuck
you
would I
care?
give a fuck about everyone else? Why they give a fuck about what I look like? They're not dating me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why the fuck would I give a fuck about that?
Pretty much. It's like, I don't know. I feel like girls struggle about a lot more, particularly with appearance. I mean, I feel like
Oh, yeah.
that is because social standards have dictated that girls must always look this certain way or look pretty, and that
Yeah.
stresses girls out a lot.
It stresses me out a lot, bro.
Guys, do you have to pay well too? Yeah, I mean, look, when I go out, like, if my hair's fucked, then my hair's fucked. That's just how it is. Like, I know girls have to go through, like, the entire process of, like, makeup stuff. Like, it's a process.
I feel like people don't understand that like girls and guys both have insecurities, and
100%.
they both have feelings. I think a lot of girls don't realize that. A lot of girls will post online, and I've seen it, right, where they're saying that like, oh, guys shouldn't do this, guys shouldn't do that, guys shouldn't be feeling this, only I should be feeling that, right? But we're human. We're allowed to feel that way. Guys are allowed to show vulnerability. It's not just girls. Guys can throw tantrums. It's not just girls who can throw tantrums, right?
Guys can be vulnerable as well.
Yeah. Guys can fucking cry in front of girls. That's fine. And I feel like it's actually nice that guys do that because it shows that they're human.
Yeah.
If a guy never showed that, right, it's gonna be kind of be like, are you just heartless? Are you just like you don't feel any empathy for anything?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It's... But the thing is, you have to, like, balance it, right? Because you don't want to seem like, when you're in a relationship, you don't want to seem like, emotionally fucked up that, no one wants to date you. You have to like have the balance of like pretending that you're emotionally stable, but still being emotionally vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. I think that's the best way to say it.
Cool. Actually, you know another tip about dating, right?
Right.
If you know that you yourself a emotionally unstable person, right? Coming from someone who like, you know, is dating someone, and I've talked to people who are who's dating someone, right? My friend right now, she's emotionally like she's unstable with her emotions, as in she has like a lot of anxiety. She gets anxious about a lot of things in life, right? Let's say like COVID. She's been anxious about COVID for so long. She gets anxious about like her appearance, and stuff like that, right? But then her boyfriend is someone who is emotionally stable, and it helps ground her.
Right.
It like when she's high on emotions and like calling him and being like, oh my god, I don't like, you know, I'm so worried about this, blah blah blah, right? I'm so worried I'm gonna get COVID. I don't want to go to work right now because there's so much COVID. Like there's a lot of people at work that has COVID and people aren't wearing masks, stuff, right? And her boyfriend would just be like, so what? So what if you get COVID? It's fine. Like at this point, like everyone's gonna get COVID, and it has to occur. I don't care if you get COVID. Like it's not gonna like stop me from like talking to you or like loving you or anything, right? It helps ground you. So I'm gonna be honest. If it's two emotionally unstable people, it might work, right? But it's gonna be a very very rocky road for them, because one person's gonna be like, oh my god, I'm anxious about this, right? And then the other person's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm so worried about you, like I'm like, you know, like, oh please don't do it, or like, you know, like please keep me updated about everything, you know, I don't want you to be hurting through this, blah blah blah, right? It's not what you really should be saying to someone when they're anxious. It's you helping them stay grounded and helping like taking them down from a high emotion to like, you know, a stable emotion again.
Yeah. I mean, look. Okay, pretending to be emotionally vulnerable is pretty easy to spot, because if you've gone through it, it's pretty easy to spot whether it's like, you know, true or not, right? But like, it's not a good thing to do.
What do you mean by pretending to be emotionally vulnerable?
Like, character was like, what about pretending to be emotionally vulnerable? Like
faking it?
Yeah, like faking it.
How can you fake being emotionally vulnerable?
That's the thing, right? Because it just comes to us so naturally, right? When someone tries to fake it, it becomes pretty obvious. Because, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, when someone tries to fake something that, you know, like, you can't exactly fake, it becomes pretty obvious that it's like, it's being faked. Does that make sense?
But being vulnerable though?
Like
Like faking vulnerability? Like playing victim?
almost, I don't know. It's like, it's weird. It's a weird one. Emotional manipulation. Yep, pretty much. That's what you can call it.
I don't get it.
Don't worry about it. Alright. I mean, not exactly acting weak, right? Signs of weak, like being weak doesn't mean you're emotionally vulnerable.
I don't know what that means.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know
You used the
what...
big word today, oxymoron. I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I genuinely have not used that word since high school. I don't even know what that means. I'm just spewing words at this point.
Well, I'd say we can close
That was a good session.
Close up, tip top, pack it up, yippers.
I mean, you should ask if they have any questions.
But yeah, okay, yeah. Chat. Do we have any final
questions or
questions
topics you guys want to talk about
before we close up shop?
when do you have to end stream?
Ugh, fucking whenever. When the stream ends when it finishes.
Oh, okay. Well,
But yeah, no, if
standing in a wheelchair, so opposites. So I was right.
okay, but
Oh yeah, just if you guys are in a relationship, if you're unhappy, realize that you're unhappy. Like stop, like telling yourself that it's gonna work. If you're unhappy and you're thinking of the long term that it's not gonna work, and you're trying your best in the relationship and everything, right? I think you just have to realize and just take the step forward to just break it off. Because it's just not gonna work out if you're just gonna continue feeling unhappy.
Pretty much. For texting as well, just be yourself. Okay, as fucking basic as it sounds, be yourself. Like, obviously, avoid being a fucking weird cunt, but like, just be yourself.
Don't ask for nudes.
True. Don't
Actually, do not.
Literally, don't ask
If
for nudes.
If anyone asks you for nudes, do not ever take it. Your fucking carbon footprint, bro. It's gonna stay on the internet. You think that 1 second Snapchat's gonna go away? No, bitch. It's gonna be in there online. Okay.
Pretty much.
No,
Some
bitch.
Snapchat employee is gonna fucking see your fucking nudes and be like, damn, that's getting leaked.
Yeah. And also, just coming from a person who's fucking old right now, don't post dumb shit on the internet. Please don't. Because if you go find a job, your employees can look up your name, and it's so easy to find shit online. Like, just don't do dumb shit like that. Cum footprint? No, carbon. Carbon. Not
What
cum
the fuck? Try and fucking stop me.
Stop me, Fanny. Okay, karma. Shut up, bro. Boomers.
I don't have a
Not a
problem with
boomer.
nudes. I mean, the thing is, it's like, okay, I mean, to be fair, right, at the end of the day, right, it's the person's choice whether or not they want to send it. And if they do,
It is
then,
your choice. It is.
like, we can't tell you if it's right or wrong. It's just, that's, like, up to you to decide in the moment, right? But for texting, just don't be a weird cunt. And don't fucking talk to minors. There are so many fucking people who talk to minors. Like, okay.
Actually, I think that's a good topic to talk about, like, dating with age gaps. I think we
Okay,
can do that next.
let's do that
As
now,
well.
actually, because,
Is that now?
yeah.
I have so much to talk about it.
Yeah, fucking send. Like, okay.
Okay.
I'm
You
gonna
go
start.
first.
I'm gonna start by saying this. The reason we talk about this right now is because fucking hell, there are so many fucking, like, okay, my Twitter chat. I don't know if you've seen, but let me send the Twitter. Actually, let me send the tweet in my Twitter.
Alright, you continue talking. I'm gonna go get more water.
Okay, so chat. So the reason we've gotten here, right, is because my tweet here. There are so many fucking groomers and, like, people who date minors when they're out of the age range for, like, what fucking reason? I just do not understand. It's like, okay, the thing with dating, like, minors, right, is you have to be within, like, okay, so you have to be within the 2 years age gap, right? So, like, what that means is if you're 16, you can date someone who's 18 because it's, like, that 2 years age gap. So, like, I'm pretty sure that's how the law works, right? So, like, say, if you're 17, right, you can date someone who's, like, 18 or 19, but you can't date someone who's 20. Because that's how the age gap works. And I've had so many friends, right, who have gone into a relationship when they're, like, a minor, and they're dating someone who's, like, above the age range, or, like, it's pretty much illegal, right? And, like, the fact that this shit still happens through texts as well, like,
I'm back.
I'm just ranting.
Okay.
But, like, especially the fact that this shit happens through texts, it's like, why the fuck, right? Because it's like, what do you get from it? Why can't you find... Yeah, like, if you're not a minor, don't date a fucking minor, right? Because they are fucking stupid. I'm gonna say this right now. Minors are fucking stupid. Like, if you're a minor, then go fucking date another minor, right? Like, dude, like that literally doesn't matter. As long as within the two year age range or age gap, you're free to do whatever the fuck you want, right? But, like, if you're above the age limit, first of all, don't date a minor, right? Like, for legality reasons, obviously. But second of all, it's like, they're so immature and they're, like, just so dumb that, like, what benefit do you really get from it? Because they're not going to be able to understand or are mature enough to comprehend anything. Yep. Take it away,
Yep.
Fanny.
Okay. I feel like what I'm gonna say is gonna be kind of controversial. I think a lot of the takes I have.
Nah, fucking controversial takes are good. Hello, have you seen the shit I've talked about?
I feel like a lot of things that like in life about like especially about younger generations and like this whole dating thing, right? And like social media, I'm very controversial with everything. I don't like people aren't gonna agree with me, and I'm like you know, kids these days are probably gonna like some
Kids
people who
these
are join,
days.
like they're probably gonna like you know snip it or like clip whatever the fuck I say, right? Post it on Twitter and try and cancel me, right? But I'm just telling you, this is just like everyone has their own opinions. And if you don't like my opinion, that's each to their own, right?
Yeah, that's like completely fair. Like you don't have to agree. Pruna's on the road of getting cancelled. I say controversial shit, right? But like it's fair. Yeah, fucking people, fucking weird cunts out there who find little kids attractive. Anyways, take it away. Back.
Okay. I do not agree with a 20-year-old dating a 12-year-old, okay?
That's too big of an age gap.
That's
You have to do something more realistic, right?
yeah.
I think say
let's
like
say
15 and 20 or like 17 or not even 15, 16 to 20.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like kids before the age of before high school, okay?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be dating in general.
100% agree.
Can I just say that? Can I just say
100%
that? I think that's
100%.
the most controversial thing that I'm gonna say right now.
No, I 100% agree. No, like you're not gonna fucking get anything out of a high school relationship. 90% of like almost 90 to 100% of high school relationships end in fucking disasters because no one fucking knows what they want.
I can guarantee you 90% of high school relationships do not pass the high school phase. After you finish high school and you're still in that relationship, it doesn't stay. Like you're gonna break out. Like there are just so many few of those high school sweethearts, right? I'm just telling you, I also advise, right? Take high school relationships serious, but don't have high hopes for it. But have fun in that moment, right? Like, don't take my word. Like, take my word to a grain of salt. If you guys love each other, right? But if you guys break up, do not take it to heart. Because let me tell you guys haven't even matured yet, right? You guys are still, like, what, in high school? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, right? You guys are babies. You guys haven't emotionally, physically matured yet to the point where... And you guys are still living under your parents' roof. You guys are still... You guys,
okay.
like, I still... No. You guys are, like, working, right? But can you... In high school, are you really, realistically, like, living by yourself outside and taking care of yourself for high school? There are just so many kids that's doing that, right? And they're forced to be mature, right? Some kids are just forced to be, like, mature early, right? Because they have to. It's stuff that they have gone through in life. And they have to, right? But what I'm getting at is you guys are just not mature enough, right, in high school to be in a proper relationship that's going to be long lasting, right?
Right.
But with the huge age gap thing, right? If you're gonna date people within that range of high school, right? If you're in high school, date high school, right? If you're in primary school, I don't recommend ever dating in primary school, because that's first of all, you guys are so fucking young. You guys are probably still talking about fucking Lego and talking about Barbies.
Okay, no, they're not I wouldn't go to that extent. They're not that, but yeah.
That young. Okay, let's say you're fucking talking about Roblox. Okay, you're talking about, oh my god, I got this new skin on Roblox. And you really expect to be in a relationship when you guys are talking about Roblox and Fortnite? Really?
Like, no, I don't want to interrupt you, but literally the other day when my friend came over, she was on my PC, and I checked my Valorant shop, I got the Recon Phantom, I literally screamed.
Okay, no, well, when I got the fucking butt plug in one, I screamed as well. Oh my god.
Alright, take it away.
But yeah, if you're in high school, date high school, right?
Yeah.
I don't... This is the more controversial take, okay? If you're, let's say, this is my limit, right? If you're 17 or 18 and you're dating someone who's an adult, and an adult is considered anyone above 18, correct?
Correct.
I think that is okay.
Say 17?
17, 18.
Okay, but like there's like a borderline, right? Like if you're 17, you can't date anyone above 19. Legally. When you're 18, it doesn't fucking matter.
No, but okay. The thing is, right, with what I think is that 17 and 18 is a 1 year difference, and it's barely acceptable because you're around is still the same, right? How much are you gonna so much emotionally and physically mature when you're 17 and 18? Do you get what I mean? 16, no, I don't think 16 should date someone who's adult. But what I'm saying is, if you do date someone that is older than adult life, right? They can.
Right.
I'm saying that it is a choice that they make, right? I know how so many people are saying like, no, don't do that, like, you know, ban blah blah blah, like protect people like that, right? It is their choice. And people say that it is predatory actions from someone who's older who is an adult, right? That is, but that is when you take the initiative to understand whether or not you are being like groomed, essentially. Do you get what I mean? But what I'm saying is like 16 and under, like if people want to date.
Okay, but I feel like
date.
the term grooming, more specific, like, okay, grooming specifically more lies on advances on a minor, right? Or like anything like sexual advances / engagement with a minor. That's like that goes in the grooming category, right? I feel like as soon as you become an adult, grooming is not as much as an offense because you are like considered a legal adult, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, take it away.
So the difference between like a 16-year-old and dating a 22-year-old versus that's like what, how many years?
6.
6 years, right? Versus a 22-year-old dating a 28-year-old, which is acceptable in society, is it not? 22 dating a 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I think.
That is only acceptable. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of kids say that and will say, but like, a 22-year-old can date a 28-year-old. They don't understand that it is about the mental maturity that you have.
Yeah.
And you have a job at I'm pretty sure at 22 you'd have like a decent job.
You'd
like,
be almost graduating uni.
You'd be like just earning some like cash that can like get you food and blah blah blah, right? It is your emotional maturity that makes you different from a 12-year-old, a 16-year-old and a 22-year-old dating. That's what kids don't understand. And that's why like they think that it's all right to date, right? I'm saying like what my controversial take is like kids can do whatever the fuck they want, okay? It is not up to us strangers to deal with whatever the fuck that they're dealing with, right? They have to deal with it themselves, those consequences, right? And it is also up to their parents to be able to guide them well. That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying like I allow them to do that. Like I wouldn't, if I had a kid, I wouldn't want them to date someone who was 22-year-old. I will say everything that I can to them and teach them that why I think it is a bad idea. However, if they want to do it, I'll be so against it, right?
But
however, if she is so exactly, but what can I do? I can't do anything to stop it. They still, in the end, I know kids these days. I've been 16. I'm like what? I'm turning 21. I've been 16 before. I fucking like jumped fences out of school to get Uber Eats before. I've jumped I've like, you know, I've lied to my parents a lot of times to like say, oh, I'm gonna come back home at this time, but come back later. Those are really small things, right? But I've been 16 and I've lied multiple times to my parents. I've done so many things. I lied to my parents being like, oh, I've done my homework, blah, 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 right? You can get away with it. You can get away with so many things with your parents, right? Which means my child will do anything in her like power to get with that 22-year-old and not let me know, right? The only thing that I can do is guide my child well and tell her the dangers. If she is hurt in the end, I will be there for no matter what, because that is my duty as a parent. But if that is a learning curve for her, that is the only way for her to learn, then she will have to go through with it. That's what I'm saying. I don't allow it and I don't condone to it, right? But it is the only way that they can learn.
Right. Not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna go, if they have to go through that, then they can just go through that.
No, I will do anything in my power to tell her it is not good.
Yeah, of course.
But she will also do anything in her power to go against me.
But I think that's just kids, right? They feel like they know better, but they don't. They're fucking rebellious little fucking rats.
they'll do anything in their power to go against. The more you tell a child not to do something, the more that they'll do it. Because I still do that. The more my mom tells me not to do something, the more I want to do it and spite her. I don't know if you're like that, but that's like me.
No, I know what you mean. It's like,
Yeah.
take it this way, right? COVID lockdown hits. You can't go outside. What does everyone want to do? Go outside.
Online dating. Everyone just comes back to online dating.
Oh my god.
Don't do that. Like, let me just give you good advice, everyone. Just don't fucking.
If you want to get laid IRL, not fucking online.
Yeah, if you really want to get laid, do it IRL. Don't do it on Tinder, please. Just there's so many things better than Tinder. Like, honestly, just go out and just meet people. Go high school, meet different people, please. And then in university, go to societies, meet people. Don't, like, online dating, like, yeah, like, okay, you can probably do a couple things. There's actually a hierarchy with online dating apps. Tinder is at the very fucking bottom, okay? Don't fucking use Tinder. Use something like Hinge or Bumble, okay? At least those people are, like, a bit more serious about finding a relationship, okay? And, like, another thing is, like, that's very controversial online is a young 20-year-old dating a 50-year-old or 60-year-old or 70-year-old or 80-year-old. What's your take on that?
Repeat the ages again?
Because technically...
Repeat the ages again?
Like a young 20-year-old, or like mid-20s or something like that, right? Dating someone very, very old, like 50, 60, 70. How about Discord? You want a Discord kid in or something? No, definitely. Are you kidding me? Don't date on...
Sorry.
Oh, what?
Nah, but okay.
We're the people we should look out for, bro.
Yeah, we are the examples of the people you should avoid and not date in a Discord. They're like, okay, to quote my good friend Lychia TV, TikTok TV /Lychia TV, Twitch is not a fucking dating app. Stop looking for people to fuck in your recommended. I can quote that tweet.
Quote it.
Meow. I literally just did. Twitch is not a dating app. Stop looking for people to fuck in your recommended.
20-year-old with a 29-year-old. That's fine.
I mean,
I
look,
honestly think it's fine.
I think it's fine, right? Because legally, it's okay, right? And unless something illegal happens in the relationship, legally, there's nothing wrong about that. It's
Can I
just
also add
that.
something?
So, go on, you take it.
Legality thing.
Legality?
Yeah. This whole legal thing.
Yeah,
right?
because
A lot of people are going to say, but that's just the law. Like, the laws they're not gonna punish me for like dating someone who's 29 when I'm 20. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
A lot of people are gonna say that. So many kids say that. Like, the law's not gonna affect me, blah blah blah. I can do whatever I want, blah blah blah, right? Can we just say the reason why a law is there
it's a
is
guide.
because it is a guide, but also the reason the law was determined because of a scientific research that says when a person is mentally mature enough to make their own decisions, and do you get what I mean? With
Yeah, for sure.
where they can know what they want for themselves. Okay? It is there because of that. Because if you are 12, you're not mentally ready for a relationship and date someone who is 25, 20, 21, okay?
Right.
That man or woman has a full-time job, can look after themselves, right? You are the age of what they could be a younger brother or younger sister.
You're a year 4 primary school kid
Yeah,
dating a fucking parent almost.
yeah. But then again, that can also say the same thing about a 20-something-year-old dating someone who's 50 or 60. Do you get what I mean?
I mean, okay, the thing is, like, the only issue there, right, is the potential power imbalance. And if there's a power imbalance in a relationship, that's a big thing to look out for. And that's where the law may or may not come in, depending, right? Because it's illegal to have... I think it's illegal to have a relationship where, like, there's a distinct power balance between the two. So, like, you're dating, like, your boss or some shit, right? Whatever, like...
It's not illegal,
It's just, like...
but it's
conflict
a
of
work
interest.
culture thing. It's a work culture thing.
Yeah.
As in, they have rules in the office where it's like you're not allowed to date this and this, because it's more about the conflict that, like, favoritism, essentially.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like but it's also like the biggest thing with with like large age gaps is power imbalance.
Mm.
I think that is the biggest problem.
It is very weird though. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've seen TikToks of people who are in their like 20s or 30s, right, dating someone who is about to reach their deathbed. Okay. First of all, the first thing that anyone is going to think about is that they are there for the money. Let's be
Yeah.
real. They're gonna
100%.
think that, oh, like they're dating them for the money, right?
Mm.
But then again, sometimes it could be true love, and sometimes it's just like some people just prefer dating someone who is that much older, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I am not against it if people decide to do that. If like someone like who is 20, 30, 40, no, sorry, 20 or 30, right, dating someone who is like 70 or 80, okay? It is their choice, and it is their choice that like I'm dating this person, and it is potentially that within the 10 years that I am dating them, they will pass away, right? And
Yeah.
this is when I have to move on. It is the risk that they have to take, right? They are an adult, so they can do what they want. It is weird. It is really weird on outside perspective, but they can do it. However, that is a very different situation if it is a 16-year-old dating a 60 like a 30-year-old or 40-year-old. That's your fucking uncle or dad.
Yeah.
It could potentially even be your fucking grandpa.
Pretty much. Like, by the time you graduate, like, uni, they're pretty much fucking 80. And, like,
Yeah.
it's just... Like, what? Like, just why and what? Like... I just... Okay, I just feel high school relationships are completely pointless.
I
Because
do, and like
no one knows what they want.
I've been in a like a relationship back in high school, right? Now looking back at it, I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't mean any ill intentions or like saying that he's a bad boyfriend or anything, right?
Right.
I don't take that relationship very seriously now that I think about it, and I wouldn't even consider it my first relationship. I'll consider what I am in right now is my first relationship.
100%.
But like back to the 16-year-old dating a 50-year-old or 40-year-old, right? Then again, it is their choice. We can't stop it. We can't stop it as strangers because we know it is wrong, but they want to do it, right? It is up to their parents. It's up to them. They have to go through that, like them being hurt and understanding that they shouldn't be doing that and should be looking for someone who is younger and potentially in the same mindset and like mentality as them for it to work.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
That is the reality of it.
I don't know. I just think... I don't know. It's just fucking... It's... the big thing with age gaps, right, is just really frowned upon by society.
It is.
And it's like, it makes sense why. Oh my god, is that Sonic?
Like Soji.
Oh my god, it's Sonic. I'm calling him Sonic because I'm Korean. Thank you for the raids, Soju.
You're Korean?
No, I'm not. I'm fucking Chinese. Thank you for the raid, Soju. How was your stream? How was your stream? How are your Valorant games? But go back to
Hi,
it.
Soji.
Back to it, Fanny. It's because it's frowned upon, right? And it's like,
It is.
it's...
But you think that's gonna stop anyone?
Yeah, no, but like that's the thing, right? It's like the social... The age has become such a... Like, okay, let's say this is like, what, 40, 50, 70 years back, right? They're legal, right? 20-year-old dates a 40-year-old. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But because of now and this current, like, social climate that we're in, where, like, anything beyond, like, let's say, hypothetical 2-3 year gap, right, is bad. Because that's how, like, you know, kids these days are raised like, you date within, like, you know, because in high school, they're like, teachers tell them, you can only date someone within, like, your, you know, 2 years of you, right? And they carry that shit into adulthood. And so anything that's, like, more than 2 years, they frown upon. Because they don't see it working. And
Right.
the bigger issue is also because the power imbalance.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, is the power imbalance.
Right. Actually, another controversial thing, Punu.
Mm.
I'm about to say something that's really fucking controversial and like it's probably gonna hurt people's feelings, right?
Oh shit, girl, I say shit like that all the time.
But usually with like people who decide to date someone who is much older than them, right?
Right.
Probably had something like had trauma or PTSD or something that happened to them as a child, which led them to wanting a more like older figure in their life.
Right.
You get what I mean?
No, I get what you mean. So it's like
'Cause-
you're looking for like an older, like a father figure kind of thing, and like,
Father, mother figure.
so like
someone
yeah,
out
like
there who can
father, like
protect you.
daddy, mummy issues, pretty much, right?
Kind of, yeah. But because like with me, growing up, I always like have thought like if I were to ever get into a relationship, right?
Right.
My cap of an age is 5 years.
Right.
Yeah. And because I don't really want to date anyone older than that because I think the biggest thing, the reason why I don't want to do that is because I was like, they're going to die before me. I don't want them to die before me. And we're going to die together. If we're going to die, we're going to die together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty fair.
Like,
No,
I'm
that's
like,
fair,
I'm
that's fair,
always
that's
like, I'm
fair.
like, if like, I'm just clean like that. Even to my own boyfriend, I was like, if you die, I'm going to die with you. If we're ever gonna die, like when we're old and fucking old and crinkly, don't you fucking dare leave me alone on this world by myself, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like that. Like, I always thought to myself, if I dated someone who was like 10 years older than me, right? Like when I'm 21 and he's 31, he's gonna die like 10 years before me.
Pretty much.
And I'm like, that's kind of cringe. So I'm like, that's not gonna happen. I don't want that to happen. So I gave myself a 5-year cap, right?
Mm.
So like what I'm saying is like, I just feel like people might have been hurt when they were younger, and that's why they just want a older figure in their life.
Yeah, that's completely reasonable. I mean, it's like, what was I gonna say? Shit. There's also again because there's a big disparity in age gap. Like you can't relate to them as much because
You can't. You
You
really
don't-
can't.
you don't know, like, because it's like the generation gap is so big, right? Like they could be into something and you're definitely not into it. And it's like, how do you relate to someone that's like that much older than you, who's like your dad, pretty much? I just like
It's like you not being able to relate to your parents. You don't know what your parents are feeling.
Yeah.
You don't know why your parents like want to discipline you this way. You don't know why your parents don't tell you a lot of things. They're probably shouldering so much stress in their life right now, but they don't tell you because that's what parents do. That's what adults are doing. They have to shoulder things in their life right now, having to pay tax, pay for everything in your life, make food for you, having to like plan what to cook for you tomorrow for breakfast, when to do this, when to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, we don't even do that now. You don't do that when you're 12. You just fucking wake up, take a shit, take a piss, brush your teeth, eat, go to school, come back, do the same shit. Eat some chips and watch some fucking Total Drama Island and fucking go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are in totally different times in your life. You're not gonna understand each other at all.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, what do you talk about? It's like,
I'm pretty sure that fucking 60-year-old isn't gonna talk to you about his golfing session that he had with his fucking golfing mates. Oh yeah, I fucking capped this like ball in the hole today. Like,
why the fuck are you British when you say that?
I was not British.
Okay, but no,
Oh,
that's
that
completely
sounds
fair.
old.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
And then is this fucking 16-year-old gonna come home and be like, oh yeah, baby, I went to school today and learned about mathematics. I learned about the Pythagoras theorem. You remember that? Oh yeah, that was like what, 50 years ago when you learned that? What? What the fuck? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
no,
just-
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. It's just like, what? It doesn't make sense, does it? Like, it just.
Mm-mm.
It also doesn't feel right either. Because it's. Realistically, it's just really complicated. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many things that just fucks it up.
Yeah. But like we said, in the end, there's not much that we can do as strangers to these people, right?
Mhm.
You might like tomato sauce and I might not. I won't eat tomato sauce, right?
Right.
So, but you can't force your shit onto me, right? I'm just not gonna eat it because I don't like it, right?
Yeah,
And that's the
of
same
course.
for them. We can't force them to break up because we think it's weird. We think you shouldn't be dating them, right?
Yeah,
They just have to learn for themselves.
pretty much. And look, if we know if they like, let's be honest, right? We don't have to break them up because they will break up by themselves.
I mean, if it works out for them, good for them. Like, it just means that you have less time with each other. Like, one of them is gonna be in this fucking graveyard under the fucking dirt, and you're gonna be watering his fucking garden
Yeah.
on top of his fucking gravestone by the time you're fucking 30. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
that's
I
your
completely understand.
That's your fucking choice.
Nah, but like, it's also because kids they just lack so much critical information about life.
And also another thing, like, I'm just saying relationship in general. Men's fucking brains don't mature until the age of, like, what, 30. And girls, like, women mature by the time that they're, like, what, 20. That's why men are so fucking childish. I've talked about this with my friends, right? Men are so childish.
I am living proof of that.
I feel like girls can adapt well in situations, especially, like, emotionally wise, but guys just take a longer time to, like,
Pretty much.
understand this whole emotional thing. And can I just say, emotional connections and, like, being able to emotionally connect with your partner is so pivotal.
Oh, 100%.
It is so pivotal.
It's
just like how
100%.
Punu said. Punu said that, like, it is so important, and he's experienced this, right? It is so important to be able to emotionally connect with your partner. Like, if you can't even empathize with your own partner, but you can empathize with other people, what are you doing? Why are you in this relationship? And it's up to them where you compromise and you try to do that if you want to keep the relationship, right?
Yeah,
You have to do that.
it just doesn't make fucking sense.
Men
Because
mature much slower. It is true.
you can't communicate effectively if you can't empathize and you can't relate. Well, you don't even necessarily have to relate, you just have to empathize and understand, right? But how are you supposed to communicate effectively if you can't do that? No?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the big thing
You can't
as
even
well.
comfort your own boyfriend or girlfriend? How sad is that?
Yeah.
How lonely and detached would the other person feel?
Yeah, literally. Because it's like... It really doesn't even feel like a relationship at that point. It's like you both can't talk to each other about things, right?
Yeah.
And it's because of, like, such difference in understanding of, like, life stuff, experiences, whatever it may be, age gap, right? But it's like, I don't know, it's just, you're just kind of fucking throwing your partner in the deep end both ways if there's just such a age disparity, no? Like, okay,
Yeah.
like, obviously it's not always going to be like that, like there are exceptions, but it's just like, in general.
But I also think it's like because of that, of like your experiences with your past relationships, right? If it didn't work out with a person who was younger than you or like a tad bit older than you, right?
Right.
I think people realize that that's when the emotional maturity comes into play, and they would want someone who's older. Do you get what I mean?
Oh, no, 100%.
So, like, if something didn't work out with one who was a year or 2 or 3 years older than you, right? As let's say 20-year-old, they'll probably look for someone who's like 26, 27, who's like, full-time work, experience everything, like a lot of things in life already,
Right.
and can like sustain themselves, right? And they're really mature, and like they'd be able to be there for you emotionally and be able to empathize with you and like emotionally connect, right? And like care for you in a more like mature manner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for me, right, because I dated someone younger. Holy shit, I'm
You
never
did?
doing that again. I am never dating someone who's younger than me again. Like,
Oh, you did, eh?
Like, I don't know. I refuse to, right? So it's like, I literally date someone who's like the same year as me or like older.
You want a girl who's older?
No, same year or older. Like by like say 2-3 years.
Okay. But that's kind of hard because then there's girls who says that I wouldn't date guys who's younger.
Yeah, no, obviously, like that's
Yeah.
that's just how it is, right?
There's definitely gonna be girls out there who will be completely fine with dating someone who's younger.
Like it's just, it's a bit grief. I don't know. I just find it pretty dumb.
I think it's just a lot of people just need that emotional connect. Like if you're more of on the spectrum of more emotionally, you'd want someone who'd be able to ground you well.
Oh, 100%.
And be able to like emotionally be there for you. Like it's not even in the fact that like you're like even if like you're on the learning way of being in a relationship, right? You can learn. Like you guys communicate and just learn that like, oh, my partner needs this, so I'm gonna try my best to be able to give that to them, right? And that's a healthy relationship. Like you shouldn't just break up just because of that. Do you know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Like if the only breaking point is when you guys been working for so long and it just doesn't work, and they just can't really give you the reassurance that you need, and that's when you just know maybe it's just time to move on.
Pretty much. It's I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't date someone younger than me either. Because
Like
I just
straight
feel
up younger, so like say has to be same year, or like a 1 year under is okay, but 2 years isn't.
oh no,
Or
no one younger than me. I can't. I just feel like I emotionally can't like date someone who's younger than me.
That's fair.
Like, cause I know for a fact that myself, I'm a very emotional person, and I want to throw tantrums. I'll have like days where I'm like my emotions like up and down.
I feel like in
girls
that
get
case,
periods.
right? I feel like in that case, right? It's like it's not so much about the age. It's more so about if they can be
Maturity?
emotionally mature. Because
I
like
guess so.
obviously, you know, most that usually lies in older guys, right? But like younger girls and younger guys can also be like that emotionally mature, and like older men and women can also be emotionally like not emotionally like immature. Like it's not always like so set in stone, right?
Yeah. I guess it differs, eh? Like there could be someone who's like younger than me, right? But could be so much more mature than me. But can I say, in the end, they're still younger than me.
Oh, no,
And
for sure.
in some aspects they still haven't matured enough. That like as much as they are emotionally mature, they will lack in other areas which might not fit with me as a person that's going to be going into a relationship.
Yeah.
I think it's more about like just you guys deciding to come in and like reiterating what we said before, right? You guys are not gonna find the perfect partner. You guys have to work together and become each other's Prince Charming, like ideal partners, right?
Yeah.
You're only gonna find your Prince Charming or princess through that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get on the get-go find someone. Like holy shit, you're a lucky bastard if you did that.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's about molding and shaping the person.
Yeah.
That.
But if the other person is unwilling to do that,
move on.
that's when you know.
That's when you know.
You gotta go.
Next. Go next. Go
Yeah.
next. Go next, guy or girl.
Yeah, you gotta go.
It's. I don't know. It's just very complex. Like dating as a whole is a very complex situation.
I don't know. I like what I have right now. I feel like I definitely feel like if I have uni right now, I'd be fucking mentally fucked. Like I have so much shit going in my life right now. But I'm so glad that like I have someone next to me that supports me, right?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't ask any more from that. I'm really happy. There are like in a relationship you're gonna have ups and downs. A relationship is not fucking easy, and Punu can vouch that relationships are not easy.
Fucking easy. Instagram or number? Instagram.
Would you ask for Insta or number first? Insta. not number. Number, you can find out a lot about a person,
Yeah.
and it's also not safe.
Pretty much.
Insta, at least you can, or Messenger. That really depends on you.
That it depends. On
Instagram
what
is where they
prefer.
can see photos of you.
I mean, it's the same as
Messenger-
Facebook, right? Because Messenger is like pretty much Facebook. No?
Yeah, Messenger is Facebook.
Ask her for her Roblox, true.
I would Snap. People still use Snapchat.
I barely use Snap.
I rarely use Snap. Yeah, the only times I use it is to take photos of my cat and send it to my boyfriend.
Yeah. But it's... relationships are not fucking easy, man. It's like, okay, when you get into it, right? When you get... I think, okay, the biggest discrepancy is when you come into it and then you get out of it. That's how you can tell. You have so much more free time and so much more things to do. Like, give or take, right? Because you have to commit so much time, effort, energy, and part of yourself into into another human being and a relationship, right? And it's like, at that point, it's like, when you have piled on with, like, other shit in life, it's like, you know, it's kind of like just not it, if that makes sense.
So you cut out. What'd you say?
Like, it's kind of like just not it, right? Because it's like
not it.
Yeah.
I know. If it was me, I wouldn't give Facebook, because first of all, they can just find your fucking Facebook. If you did want to do that, like, they can just search your name up really easily on Facebook and they'll just add you. If they added you, not much can be seen. You can use Messenger and stuff. That would be a good first base to go to, and then go Instagram, because Instagram is like more more impersonal, intimate for like closer friends, I feel like. Unless you're like an online influencer, obviously, like, you know, whatever. But if it's just, you know, day to day, like Instagram and stuff, they can see all your photos, and like they can basically piece your life together with Instagram, because you literally show basically everything, right?
Yeah. I think, and with influencers, right, they always have like 2 Instagrams as well, like one actual like influence and one private.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say like I honestly would say Messenger first, probably. Because usually Facebook is the first like step, like you know, communicating app that you use.
I just don't use Messenger.
I rarely use Messenger. Holy shit! I don't even know when the last time I used it. Like, you see, like me and Puni right now, he doesn't even know my real name. We've talked for so long, and we've played Valorant, and we've even duo streamed, and we talk off stream a lot, like our private lives and stuff. He knows my boyfriend, but he still doesn't know my real name. Wait, do you?
I don't think
you do.
so. Okay, but I think I know. I think, you know. I remember I was talking to Oscar, right? I don't know, Oscar was talking to me. I think, does Oscar actually know your real name?
Yeah, he does, because he came to Sydney.
I come to Sydney.
You haven't come to Sydney yet. We haven't met. You fuck.
Yeah, July. Hold on.
Yeah, well, you can know my name in July then.
No, but it's like Oscar. I don't know.
Oh,
Oscar
but
told me because
I
like,
do.
wait. Can I dox what you're like going to do in the future, like future job, or is that like, I don't know.
Oh no, I've said that. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Just
like,
don't dox my name.
I don't fucking. How can I dox your name if I don't know your fucking name? But
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you just gonna be like, oh yeah, that's her name.
Yeah, bro. Her actual real name is Fanny, and her last name is Pack.
Yeah. That's why I'm named Fanny Pack.
Yeah, the bags. Thanks to the red soul. The bags, the fanny pack bags are named after her.
Yeah, I'm just Fanny Pack.
How was your stream, Solo? Thank you for the raid. But like what? Because like you want to be a teacher, right? Or like an educator.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it makes sense to keep your IRL name hidden and your like face hidden, for like obvious reasons, right? For me, it's like my name's so fucking generic. It's like
Yeah.
And I don't really care if my face gets shown as much, right? Because it's like it's kind of a whatever. But I can definitely understand like with you, you know,
Yeah.
because it's gonna like
And also,
some way gonna affect your job later as well.
yeah, and if it's like it's not a clue or anything, but my name is very, very, very rare. As in, I don't think you've met another person with this name.
Oh, so
before.
Cornelius.
What?
Cornelius.
Okay, well, I guess you can call me Cornelius now. Then you got it right. What? Wait, you want a cookie for that?
Oh my god, is that Cornelius? Middle name Fanny, last name Pack?
No, it's Fanny Cornelius Pack.
Oh my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, like you like durian? Like the fruit?
I hate durian.
Pretty much, but like, it's yeah.
Durian's alright.
I'm not a fan of the title. You're never a fan of the title. But like, it's so I don't know, man. Relationships are a lot. Well, the thing is, like, relationships, like, okay, I feel like we've been talking about relationships the entire time, but we haven't
Yeah.
made clear that relationships can also mean friendships. Because
That's true.
every friend you have is a relationship you have with that person. And, like,
That is
not
true.
not necessarily romantic, right? But it's still a relationship, like a work relationship, family relationship, like, shit.
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship with all my friends. Like, we're fucking friends, right? Doesn't mean I'm dating
I'm in
all
a
of them.
relationship with Punu.
Yeah, like, we're fucking good
Yeah.
friends. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean we're dating. Because a relationship is different from a romantic relationship. Now, that's dating.
Yeah.
But, like, a
Yeah.
friend relationship is, like, you know, you're just friends.
Yeah.
Looking at a baby and calling them Cornelius.
Honestly, call me Cornelius from now on. I'm actually down for that fucking name. I'm not even joking. I'm not gonna fucking rename my Twitch to Cornelius Pack.
No, corn and then underscore Nelius.
Oh fuck, man. Oh, is it core on the pack Nelius or corn
Underpack Nelius.
underscore? Or is it corn underscore Nel?
Elias.
What?
Elias.
Elias.
Yeah,
Elias.
fair enough. Does that mean I'm in a relationship? Relationships are the best thing to have at sometimes. Yeah, pretty much. Like, shit, I'm pretty fucking grateful for all the relationships I have. Like, whether it's friends, family, whatever. Like, shit, I'll fucking take it.
Mm.
Like, in this day and age, it's like you kind of take what you can get kind of thing. You can't be picky. 'Cause I
Or
feel like-
can I just give advice as well?
Yes.
In high school, can I just say like, it's if you lose friends in high school, don't take it to heart. And if like you graduate and you're not with your high school friends anymore, you don't be too harsh on yourself that you couldn't keep the relationship. Can I just say that like, in a year group, right? How many people are in a year? Like what, 100 something, maybe 130 people
In a cohort?
let's say
Depends on the size of the school, right? Let's say average 200.
200. Okay, let's say there's 200 people in your cohort, right? That is such a small amount of people. You are one individual that's going to be stuck with this 200 people for the next 6 years of your high school life. Okay, you don't get to pick and choose. Okay, you don't get. Okay, you get to choose, right? But you only choose as closely as you can to what you are like personality wise, right? And
Right.
who you like vibe with the most, right? Can I say out of that 200 people, maybe you'll find someone that is it for you. I found my best friend like in high school, right? We've been best friends since the first day of year 7, and we're still best friends now, right? I was really lucky with that, right? But sometimes you can't find that special person. I lost basically all of my friends, and I'm still friends with a couple, right? But I lost my main group of friends in high school because of something that happened, right? Because in the end, you still don't know your friends or your alleged best friends from high school until you live with them or you actually experience something with them, right? I lost those friends because I went to Japan with them, right? I had to live with them, and I found out that holy shit, I cannot vibe with them when I live with them, right? They are a completely different people, and they are so different from when you're in high school, right? Can I also say that in high school you're only in like at school for how many hours? Since 6 hours, right? 6 to 8 hours.
6 or 8.
Six to 8 hours, right? Most of it is just who the fuck just opened Valorant?
Not me. Take it away. Keep going.
You're in class, but you have to listen to the teacher, do work and stuff, right?
Right.
You have recess for what, 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And then you have lunch, which is like 40 minutes, I believe, 40, 50 minutes.
Yeah,
You
depending
got
on the school, yeah.
You go home, and then maybe hang out in the afternoon, couple hours, and that's it. And you repeat. You really think that this small amount of interaction is going to make you really close, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you can talk about it, but outside of that, you don't really know how they really are IRL, like at home, you know, living with them, blah blah blah, right? Yeah, exactly. You have topics. You have topics to talk about. Yeah, you can talk about school. You can talk about boys. You can talk about the fucking social that you went to, right? But then the moment you leave high school, sometimes relationships just don't last anymore because you find people in university that you vibe with more, because then that is when you have the chance to actually meet people that you vibe with better, right? There are societies in university, there are like classes that you go to, right, that you will find people that have the same interests as you, and will meet so many more people outside of that.
I'm gonna
He's
get
gonna
water.
go get water.
Take it away.
Okay. And that closes the gap with people, which allows for converts. Finding homies to vibe with outside of enclosed environment is hard. Thumbs up. That is true, but I think that also like depends on whether or not you like in your work environment as well. I'm pretty sure you'll find people that you like talking to at work as well. And then I think it's more so in uni and like people you meet out of your friend group, which is like let's say your relationship, and then your partner brings you to their group, right, which expands more of your friends, right? But that also means you get to talk with people that is not necessarily from school, where you guys will, you know, always talk about the same stuff. You guys are probably always gossiping about other groups. You guys are probably gossiping about a girl doing that with a guy, or like another guy that you guys went to like the disco ball with, right? Or like you went to year 11 social with, or like you know, or like you did the school dance with. You'd be having like conversations like that, right? So what I'm trying to get at is, you don't have to take, if you lose a friendship from high school, you don't have to take it too harshly, because in the end you were thrown into a pool of people, of 200 people, right? And you had to work with that 200 people and find a group, and find a group that is closely very like more related to you for it to work. We had very different groups in high school, as in like you and I, or like as in you now versus back in high school. Because I'm just saying, like, I started uni when COVID started, so I haven't had the uni experience yet. At most, I probably made like a couple of friends, and I've only been to uni for like tops 6-7 months. Back in high school, yeah, you'll realize that you had very different friends back in high school and back in like now. Good night, Tori.
I agree.
Welcome back.
I mean, look, I had my fucking COVID year in 2012, and then partially for first year, right? Absolutely zero friends. And then I joined a club.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
And I feel like you guys will have more like commonality.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys are in a club together. I mean, you guys have the same interests.
Pretty
and
much.
From then you'll find someone who's even closer to that, blah blah blah. Like, it's a like a ongoing process.
Oh
But
my god.
it is important that you find friends in university, or like when you're still young, before you find a full-time work, because once you're in full-time work, I'm gonna be honest, you're not gonna find a very close friend from work.
Oh no, 100% not. It's
It is
all business.
very, very hard. It is purely business. You work together for like what, 9 to 5, go home. That's it.
Yeah.
You guys text a couple of times about work. That's it. Catch up about your weekend. That's it. I don't even fucking talk to any of my workmates outside of work. So it is just, it's important.
Like-
Anyways, it is 12:16.
Oh yeah, your
I probably have to
curfew's-
go now.
Your curfew's about to hit.
Oh no, I don't have a curfew now because I had a talk with mom. But
Oh.
I have a dental thingy tomorrow. So I have to wake
your
up early
teeth.
for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Thank you for the people. Let me make it sound more genuine.
My God, you're about to.
No, thank you for the pod. Thank you for coming to the podcast, Miss Fanny. Thank you for all the people
Thank
who
you for
came by
having me
and listened as well. Thank you to Jen who fucked off to play Fortnite.
Fortnite.
But honestly, fair enough. But no, yeah, like I think today's podcast went really well. Like we talked about everything listed and some other like more interesting stuff, like work relationships, defining relationships, big age gaps, right? And like all like the romantic relationship stuff, right? But like it was a good talk. And really appreciate having my boy. Sorry, that's very sexist of me. My lad Fanny on. Don't know if lad makes it any better.
I learned a lot from this podcast as well, because like learning it from like your guys' perspective and like hearing new opinions and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like I heard like I'm in a relationship. I still don't know everything about a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm still learning as well. The reason why I say all of what I said today is because I learned from my arguments and like things that happened in my relationship in the past 6 months, right?
Very much.
That happened. That's why I say what I say now. It's because I learned from that.
Yeah, and like,
Yeah.
what? I think there's like Jenny's relationship, right? Like I know because she told me as well. She's like it's like very different to yours. It's like almost a contrast, and I think that's good because it's like it has healthy. Like you have like more areas to discuss and like healthy discussion, healthy discussion, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think this went really well, right? Because what I intended, right, was to have something with like more contrast. So it's like you can get more out of it. And it's like more discussion to talk about for as well, and interaction.
Yeah.
And I think it also like offers like a lot of different perspectives as well.
Yeah. And it's like what Schmidt said, like putting it into words and you self-reflect. Like I didn't realize I was like losing my individuality, because like my boyfriend was saying that like he really liked like how I could do things by myself back when we first started dating, right?
Yeah.
But because I became more codependent on him, and I like like when we first started dating, I saw him like what 4 days a week, 5 days a week. That's like a lot of fucking days. Even I think it's a lot now. And I was so clingy. Like I always wanted to call him. Like I always wanted him to be the one with me, right? I'd be like, I get a bit jealous if he like wanted to go do his own thing, right? But that's unhealthy.
That's an
And,
unhealthy
like,
expectation to have on yourself as well.
Yeah, we have our own shit to do in our lives. And when I say that, like now I realize that like friends are really important. You need to, like, congrats on over 500 followers.
I was gonna talk about that at the end of the stream actually, but I don't want to interrupt you. Go on, go. I'll talk about it after. I'll talk about it after. Right.
I forgot what I said. Oopsie.
Okay.
Man.
Anyways, now that so not gonna lie, I didn't expect to get over 500 followers this stream, but we're halfway till the maid cosplay on stream. But yeah, no, if I have 500 Friday, we'll do a cooking stream. Not sure how long that will last because I actually have to tutor from 8:30 to 9:30, right? So I think we'll probably start around 6 p.m. for the cooking stream. We'll be cooking pasta with Rachel, and yeah, that'll be cool bananas.
So basic. Can't you cook something more like?
Pasta. Okay, leave me alone.
Can't you do something more like difficult?
I don't have anything else in my house.
You can buy something. There's still a day before.
I'm poor.
Okay.
I'm the kind of person that stresses over buying groceries. Will this bankrupt me?
Honestly, same.
Yeah, exactly. It's a learning curve, Fanny. Stop giving me shit. What the fuck?
It's a learning curve.
Also, you're talking about
simple.
You're also talking about your individuality.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh my god. Who reminded me?
Me.
Oh, you.
Literally.
I thought you read chat. But yeah. losing, like, you know, don't, the moment you get into a relationship, don't like cut out all your other relationships, because they are the people who are going to like be with you, right? And if a relationship doesn't work, they're gonna be the people that are still gonna be with you, right?
Yeah.
If you cut them out and you also break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend,
You have no
you
one.
just lost you just lost so many people in your life, right? And then that's when I realized, like, I had to say it out loud to myself and be like, I haven't like gone to see my friends at all, right? And that's when I learned, and also like when other people told me, like my sister told me, that's when I learned I need to stop placing my relationship so high in my priority list. I need to also take care of myself and like take care of my ambitions. Go back and do my hobbies. Hang out with my fucking friends, right? Go fucking dress up, look good and stuff, right? And for my friends, I don't even remember the last time I fucking like dressed up properly and looked good. Cause like all I do is like see my boyfriend, right? And I just wear like sweatpants, a jumper, and I just hang out like that, you know?
No, fair enough.
Like, and like the joy in life is just, you know, like at least for me, it's like I like dressing up, I like meeting my friends, I like, you know, sharing things in my life with my friends, and you know, it's a learning curve. I learned a lot from today's stream, and I learned a lot throughout my relationship as well.
No, of course.
I feel like I don't even know why I'm talking about my relationship. Like I people know who I'm fucking dating. You literally called him dad on stream too.
We deleted the VOD for that.
No, I'm pretty sure you called him dad a couple of other times too.
Yeah, okay, that's true. But yeah, no, that's
We post on Twitter and Instagram as well. Holy fuck. We were both like, we're not gonna like publicly let anyone know. Then we do shit like
You
this.
guys
we'll-
are not
we'll keep-
very good at that. I feel like when people try to hide shit, they're not
Oh
very
no,
good
we
at
weren't
it.
trying to hide it. We both told each other we're not gonna hide it. And then we're both like, we're not gonna ever publicly announce that we are dating each other, but we can do whatever the fuck we want, and we're gonna post online. They can speculate, but all we're gonna say is single till marriage.
Not
You know
really.
what I mean? So I'm still single till marriage, guys. Don't worry.
Oh god, that's how we started and that's how we ended the stream.
Single till marriage.
But yeah, no. This was a really interesting podcast. I think we talked about a lot of good stuff here, and you know, it's a learning experience. Ultimately, like relationships, whether it's romantic or not, is a learning experience for everyone. That's ultimately how it is at the end of the day, and there's no other better way to frame it other than like the best thing you can do is just to fucking learn from it. And you don't go into the expectation of like, oh shit, I'm only going to use this to learn. Like, obviously you go in with like you go in with copium, thinking you're not going to break up, or hopium.
When you go on with commitment, you fuck, not copium.
Okay, yeah, you go in with commitment, but
Holy
every
shit.
ending is a learning experience.
True.
There we go. That's the word, not
said
copium.
He just said copium. He just said fucking copium, bro. Don't listen to him. He really just said fucking copium. You go into a relationship with copium. Huh?
Copium comes after.
Huh?
Okay, look. Thanks, Fatty, for coming to the stream and podcast today. It was pretty fun. We had some good talk.
My god.
Yeah, so I think we'll be ending it here. Celebration for 500 followers will be on Friday with a cooking stream around about 6 in the afternoon, 6 AST, AEST.
Copium, by the way.
Huh?
Copium, by the way.
Yeah, okay, Copium, shut the fuck up.
Copium, by the way.
You guys get to watch me burn pasta live on stream. How great is that? And then I will be maybe streaming on the weekend. If not, I'll be maybe streaming on Monday. And next week's podcast will be at Wednesday, same time, same place. You know where to go.
What's your next topic?
Oh, let me check. Next topic is amateur pro life, contracts, environment, experiences, and stories. So like the OCE amateur esports scene.
Oh.
And that's with Oscar and CK.
CK?
Yeah, so he's amateur league, so like semi-pro league.
Oh, I see.
So it's like we have a contrast in games as well.
That's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the topic for next Wednesday. Mark that in your calendars.
Mm-hmm. Mark it. Put it in your Google calendars, Apple calendars, Samsung calendars,
Yeah.
physical calendars, bullet journals.
Yep. Alright. Marked. Alright, but yeah, that'll be our next topic for next week. Now, let's go and raid somebody.
Oh my god, Punu, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like this is the most, like,
Viewers have gone.
mature and the most serious stream I've ever talked. I don't ever remember, like, me streaming for the past, like, what? Since last year, August? I've never streamed this series before.
I mean, look,
I fucking fuck around so much, man. I don't remember the last time I was being serious with you.
no shit. I mean, what? Look. That's how it is, right? Like, it's the same. I got the same from last week, right? Like, Merlin, Maker, and Daff, right? They're not very, like, serious people on stream. Like, they're pretty, like,
Yeah.
you know, they love to have fun and, like, be sus and shit, but, like, you know, it's like a nice change of pace.
It is.
And I think that's the point of it, right? Like, it's a nice change of pace, and that's, like, what I'm, I guess, trying to get from it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm.
Like, not the goal, but, like, you know, it almost, like, pushes you out of your comfort zone of how you usually are perceived on stream.
Mm.
And yeah.
Did you know Wilson used to play professional Fortnite? He did. I'm not kidding. He played scrims for Fortnite.
How do you scrim for Fortnite?
I don't know. He scrimmed.
Oh my god,
Fortnite.
that is pretty funny, but
Yeah.
we love him either way.
Oh my god.
And, but also, okay, yeah, that will be the end of today's podcast stream. The VOD, okay. Also with the VODs, right? So each podcast VOD now will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. Linked here. Yeah. There. That's where the VODs will go. I'll upload them after every stream. But yeah, we will be ending stream now, and thank you again to Fanny for coming.
Thank you.
And we can raid. Who the fuck do we want to raid today? Fanny, do you have
Any
anyone
raid
you want to
messages?
raid?
Kay? She's really cute. I love her voice.
Who?
Kay. Can I link her?
Yeah,
Twitch?
you can link.
Do
You
you
can
think?
link. You can link. Ah. What the fuck? I just got here. Hi, Setsu. Look, you came late. That's not my fault. It's not my fault. You got here late.
Voice is really cute, so that's why.
Hey yo. Yeah, terrible time. You missed out the gym. Okay. So if you missed out on the VOD, if you missed out on that podcast, you can watch the VOD on my YouTube channel, or you can watch it on look through the Twitch VODs. It is up to you, but we will be rating K-Ryu.
Is it just one raid? Do you have other raids? Raid messages?
No.
Like raid 1? Raid 1?
No, I don't. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that good of a streamer. You are overestimating my
I'll
abilities.
make you more raids. I'll make you more raids.
Yeah, cheers. Add command. Fuck.
When you said your voice is cute. Okay, let's do that one.
What the
I like that one. I like that one.
Okay, my bot's not working
Well,
either.
the hearts one are cute. Nice. Alright. I copied it.
Chat. I love you guys, but at the same time, you guys are so fucking grief. I hate you guys so much. Thanks to everyone who came to the stream today. If you couldn't catch the podcast, make sure to watch the VOD. But yeah, I'll see you guys Friday, and thanks for Fanny again.
Thank you.